Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live on a Monday night, and I hope you're ready to kick off another week in wrestling as we got WWE RAW on tap tonight. It's going to be a fun one. Lots to talk about, potential injuries, potential things changing. We're going to get into all of that here tonight, plus a big return as well. Not just us, but a wrestler might come back too. So strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, and welcome to the Wrestling for Life Network. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream, and we got WWE RAW on tap tonight. Kicking off a busy week here at the channel, running 7 days straight through with all of your wrestling needs, all your reaction to all the action here on this channel. Be a friend, tell a friend. Make sure you click all the buttons below. Get in that chat. Don't be shy. Don't be quiet. But I will remind everybody, I am Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and that is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White, and I am Pierre Escargot, because we're in Montreal. Ho, ho, ho.
Pierre
Tabernacle.
I think you offended everybody. No, I'm just
kidding. Absolutely. We're going to go big or go home.
Right. But welcome back to the channel, folks. How you doing, my guy? We took the weekend off. How you feeling?
Especially after the weekend, the Mania week and everything like that. Nice little refresher and everything. Like we were saying before live, it's nice to have a Monday Night Raw where we don't have to just keep talking about WrestleMania 40.
Is the story finished? Did we finish the story? Is that story?
Well, and did you see Dwayne? I'll call him Dwayne now because he's not The Rock anymore. He's off TV.
Right.
Putting a video out of actually praising Seth Rollins of like what every wrestling fan felt. He actually acknowledged that Seth Rollins was pretty much the MVP of WrestleMania 40.
Yeah, I thought it was a good show. And I mean, Seth definitely was in a lot of people's minds the MVP. I tend to agree. The man was nails all weekend long. There was rumors and concerns about how healthy he truly was going into Mania. So to see it where he is at a place where not only was he good to go, he puts over Drew. He was great in the tag team match. And of course, his big Shield moment where he was literally Cody Rhodes' Shield as he promised Rhodes's. But definitely the man deserves all the flowers. It was really cool for The Rock to do that.
Yeah, and well, I think he wore all the flowers when he came out one of the weeknights there. I mean, yeah.
Right, he wore all the flowers.
Just all the flowers.
Sorry, the chat made me chuckle. We will get to the chat, folks. Get in there. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy, as I always say. Make sure you're a part of this. We are the Wrestling Utopia. We are the wrestling friends you can't find in your real life. So you want to talk a little wrestling. There's so much to get into. Nick, the big story this afternoon. 1, Rhea Ripley, mommy might be on the shelf. Now, I'm not sure if this is legit, if this is kayfabe. I doubt everything because I'm a wrestling fan. But, dude, if she's going on the shelf, are we going to do a tournament? What's going to happen?
If she goes off the shelf, if this is legit, and hopefully she does not go off the shelf and everything like that, Triple H is just flipping every table backstage. He's looking for a Jungle Boy to strangle all of that.
You need to go quick. Liv,
exactly.
Where are you?
It might be Liv Morgan after some things and everything.
Right.
I really hope it's, if anything, it's a minor thing and it doesn't be to where she has to vacate her title because she's been on the run of her career. And I'm not saying that she couldn't do even above and beyond this, but right now she's already 380 some odd days as champion, etc. And from what I've heard is I only heard one source that was saying it was completely legit injury and they were talking about maybe she would have to vacate the title tonight. I've seen other sources say that I guess she failed a wellness test allegedly, or whatever, which probably tells me more concussion protocol or anything like that. Hopefully, knock on wood, especially since, Rowe was such a clatter with that chair.
Right.
So could be that. It could even, I don't want to ever speculate because I hate faking injuries and everything like that, but for it to be an angle and everything, that maybe might be best case scenario. Or it's just all rumor dirt sheet bullshit and we go on about our day.
Yeah, no, and I mean, it would be a little ironic. I mean, for everybody who badmouths Nia Jax, she survives Nia Jax to get taken out by Liv Morgan. Like, oh shit, no one saw that coming, right?
We went through the Goliath to get taken out by Toto.
Right, no shit. So, yeah, I mean, again, you touched on it perfectly as far as, she's having this outstanding run, 300 plus days, and it would be a shame for it to come to an end. The good news is if she goes away and then returns, she's coming back to a huge pop. I hope that she's okay. I hope this is somehow, Liv attacked me backstage. Now I'm all woozy. I don't know. I really truly won't know. Now they are slated to have a segment tonight between Liv and Rhea, so we were expecting that tonight. I wonder if will be the moment. Like, I know you want to fight me, but you knocked me out and I got to go home.
I would hate to see that. It would remind me a little, I know for different circumstances, of like when Becky handed the belt off to Asuka a bit and everything, of that kind of vibe. I mean, it would be interesting if it was all, again, it's all just to work. It's all just working the dirt sheets and everything. Again, that's probably a best case scenario. But an interesting thing that I thought about, and I hope it doesn't come true and everything, does Liv halfway. You mentioned a scapegoat. Does she become slightly in that situation of, well, you just got busted not too long ago, and now you injured the top woman star? Like I said, it's a reach, and I hope it doesn't happen, but it is a thought.
I'm not stressed about that in the sense of we understand what's going to happen. This is funny. Maybe that's I jumped the shark.
Right.
Then the question becomes, when do we fight for the paternity of the
was it Dom or was it Buddy?
Right. The custody of Mammy's baby.
Oh God. Mammy would literally be a Mammy then.
Yeah, I mean, I think she'll be okay in that regard as far as Liv goes. Like, I mean, Liv might instantly become the front runner, and just like Drew did, make taking out Rhea part of the story, make taking out Punk part of the story, and it worked very well for Drew McIntyre. I wonder if Liv could do the same thing and then be one of the favorites if there is a tournament, if there's some, multi-person match that decides who gets to fight for the belt. I mean, I wonder how the draft plays into it. Could you have a tournament with, everybody in it from all, anybody in the company?
Especially because it'd be so close to the draft. Because, yeah.
So up in the air. I mean, T's and P's to Rhea Ripley. I hope she's doing okay. If this is truly a story that we have to follow, and if it's just a storyline, very interesting that they're trying to build Liv up as a badass. But I guess we will find out tonight, amongst other things. Lots going on. The return of Sheamus as well, Nick. Let's go. Right. The man was hot when he went out. So.
Well, and I saw somebody mention this in the chat, and I know we've said we'll get to the chat and everything
like
that. Which version of Sheamus do we get? Do we get babyface Sheamus? Do we get, Captain Jack Sparrow pirate, Sheamus and everything? Or do we get heel Sheamus? Do we get him teaming up with Drew, going at Drew? Where do we go with Sheamus now that he's going to be back?
You know what? I thought about this a lot today because of the situation and knowing he was returning tonight. Of like, where do you fit him in? Like, does he go after Sami? Does he go after
Gunther?
Could you see him go after Gunther to keep Gunther busy for a while?
Right.
Does he team up with Drew? I can't see anybody getting involved in the CM Punk Drew thing. That is cooking at such a boil. I don't know if putting Sheamus in that mix is a great idea, but I think that I think in my head the best thing I came up with, we get a tangent, confuse everybody, but it really could be this Sami Gable match gets interrupted, or post match Sheamus makes his mark and he is the first threat to Sami.
I'm very interested in. I didn't even fully think about that with the Sami Gable match, because I might have a different idea for that match, but we can get to the chat if you want to first before we start talking about what I assume is going to be the main event.
Yeah, I mean, being in Montreal, I think it's going to be the main event for sure.
And I think that might play a part into what I was thinking might happen with this match, but I'll leave it at that for right now.
What are you thinking? You're going to save it?
That's called a cliffhanger, my guy.
Teaser, folks.
Exactly. That's how you do it in the biz.
Nick's just a tease.
Mm-hmm.
Not always, but tonight he is.
Uh-huh.
But, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, welcome. I will say hello to C Money. Hello, my friends. We meet again. We're going back into this.
That's my line.
That's you. This is all you. This one's
hello,
for you.
my friends. We meet again. Early 2000s.
Is it me or you?
Late 90s pro wrestling. What?
I'm not sure if you're glitching or if my system's glitching, but one of us is popping and locking.
Oh. Fair enough. Well, I'm bringing back the popping and locking.
I didn't catch your point.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, yes.
I was saying how late 90s, early 2000s pop culture seems to be coming back here. Right. Now Creed's over again. We had Will Smith performing Men in Black at Coachella, all of that. So 100%. It's cool to be a 90s kid again.
The new version, Men in Black and Blue? No? Different one?
That's the Chris Rock one.
Right. That's the Chris Rock version. And there will be no sex in the champagne room. I'm looking forward to Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable. Damian, good to see you. Always looking for fun stuff. Jey Uso, Finn Balor sounds like a fun one. That'll be very interesting. I think Jay's going to go over Finn, and somehow it will be more issues for the Judgment Day. I think Damian's slowly going to get pushed out of this group, especially with that belt.
Do we see potentially Jimmy showing up and everything after he's been excommunicated? Do we start to simmer saute with that? As people let me know, I was frozen like an iceberg.
There you go. See, I don't know if it's my shit just making you slow or if it's your shit making you slow. So
I'm just a little slow, but I did also freeze up.
Right.
But could we see Jimmy show up if he was just excommunicated? Now you probably gotta, sell the, the Pillmanization and everything like that a little bit. But does he try and patch it up with Jay?
Interesting. Definitely interesting. What I've loved, and I mean, I feel like you and I were live when it happened, so we kind of threw it out there, and I've seen a lot of people kind of say it after the fact of, Samoan Civil War, which we've been begging for months. Like, let's go. Right. I've been begging for the trading day moment of like, let's go. But I think, it's cool because even Sami getting pulled back into that, I think it'd be a huge pop if they needed like one more guy to go against the new bloodline, and it's Sami. The place might lose its mind if they reunite that group.
Oh my God. I didn't even think about that. That's crazy.
So interesting.
That's an outside fastball here, my guy.
Right. Now, keep in mind, this is months in the making. We don't think it's going to happen overnight. So, but part of me thought, like, yeah, Jimmy, Jay, reunite. You're my bro. Like, me and you were heated. Me and you were mad at each other, but nobody, like, that rule. You got brothers. I got brothers.
Right.
No, I can fuck with my brothers, but nobody else can.
Exactly. But it was their brother who with their brother. So just a wee bit, just a little sweep that under the rug here.
Details, my guy.
Right.
So
go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, I was just jumping the line here of Boston saying I don't see Jimmy crawling back to Jay so soon. I think it'll be slow burn. And again, I could see that if you got to sell the chair shots and everything.
Yeah. Plus, you got to if you are bringing in Jacob, if you are bringing in Zilla, if you are bringing in anybody else like a Lance, then Hikuleo. I love Hikuleo. So if they could pull that off, I'd be thrilled. It would just be fun to say. We got Tama Tonga already. If we get Hikuleo,
right. Sound like a whole orchestra to play Roman's entrance when it comes out.
Right? And Awahi.
Right. You just turned it into Canyon Arrow in my head.
I did. You caught that. That's amazing. Geekbox, thank you for the poundage. Pause. Good to have you guys running in the background. Have a great stream. Geekbox, we appreciate it. Go check out Geekbox. They've been so kind, and they use a lot of our reactions in their videos with a lot of other amazing streamers. So go check out Geekbox. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the pounds, and we also appreciate the spotlight. So thank you.
And I will say, pause, and man already literally had the Tama Tonga reaction up. Like by the time we were getting off stream, we were already into his reaction video. I was like, damn, you're fast, my God.
Right, time traveling. But so folks, we are about 15 minutes away from the start of the show. Lots going on here at the channel. We got lots coming your way. We got new original content coming your way. We're going to change up our programming a little bit, but we'll keep you guys abreast of the situation here at the Wrestling for Life Network. But yes, we're trying to maximize what we bring to you guys as far as quality and quantity. So stay tuned. If you haven't clicked that little bell yet, make sure you do so, because we don't know when we're going to pop up. You don't know when we're going to pop up. Plus, we're trying to bring you a whole bunch of extra things, including our members only Q&A that we're going to introduce to everybody, where you can come and hang out with the Breakfast Club, the Bacon Club, the Microwave Society.
Members only, pounds, all this. This is a very plausible, pitch here, my guy.
Right? The four lifers, whatever. We're going to have a fun time. So make sure
where everybody knows your name.
There you go, fella. What's your fellas? What's going on, James? I think you missed something there. What's up, fellas?
Could be.
About to fall off the bar stool. Vance throwing out MJF tonight. Listen, MJF's a little MIA, and I still don't believe he's leaving the company, but he's definitely MIA. You might call him MJF. I'm calling him MIA for now.
I'll stay with Maxwell Jacob Friedman, sir, as a scarf carrying member. Well, I don't know if we want to talk about Tony's comments that came out earlier today and everything.
Oh, Lord.
Well, that's the thing. It's like the fucking Simpsons, the beginning of 0 days without an accident, 0 days without just some bullshit coming out of AEW.
Tony's a funny kid, man. Tony's a funny kid. I don't know what to do with this guy. Where do you want to start with his comments?
Fair enough. Well, I just want to quickly shout out Jay Harrison. I found this channel because of Geek Box. Shout out my guy. Well, tell other people. Be a friend, tell a friend.
Right.
Well, I can run through for those who don't know.
I'm going to rapid fire a couple of these, and then we'll dive right into the Tony.
Fair enough.
A-Prod, good to see you. Cool Gamers in the house. Richard is with us. We don't know about Rhea yet. We'll find out with y'all if this is just part of the fact that she got beat up in storyline, or did the chair shot go horribly wrong. I saw a video of her when she got slammed into the wall. Maybe she jacked her shoulder. I don't know. Randolph, good to see you. Trying to watch. Okay, you want to do this real quick?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it only takes 1 second, right, for Holloway to just sleep easy.
When we talked about it on Friday, and man, the place, like even when I was watching it, everybody just lost their mind. Like one of the craziest things ever. But I just can't bet against Holloway. Any fight he's in, I can't bet against him. And man, 1 second left. It wasn't looking too good, and back.
But that was the definitive moment of that. That moment defined the BMF title and why it's cool. It's cooler than the FTW championship. I will say that.
100%.
But literally, Holloway's sitting there saying, "Right here, right now," and they just trade, and 1 second left, just sleep.
Yeah, and you know what? Some people would say Gaethje could have, done some hard circles to get around him, but he stepped right in there. They went toe to toe. Like they didn't have to do that with the time left, and they weren't going home without getting fight of the night, and bang, one of the most insane moments I've ever seen. It blew my mind, bro.
Oh, absolutely. And it's arguably one of we just had the best WrestleMania of all time. Arguably, we just had probably the best knockout in UFC history of all time. You
know what? And what got overlooked in this was Pereira, the same thing. Like, I thought his knockout was great. That was cold, son. No, that whole thing where he no, Herb, I got this. 1 second. and then back.
Yeah, I'm going to just let me come up real quick. Let me cook.
Good, right? But yeah, no, I think that got overlooked a little bit in this one. And of course, one last, they announced Connor coming back at 303.
You'll do nothing. You'll do fucking nothing. Who the fuck is that guy? Him versus Michael Chandler. And it's going to be interesting with Connor, because I'm a huge Connor fan. I'm watching him fight live and everything. But man is walking around at like a 205 at 5'5" instead of a 155. Yeah,
he's jacked. Well, you saw him in Roadhouse. That Roadhouse meme is one of my favorite things going around right now, especially when it's like the AEW attendance. Where the fuck is everyone? All right, good to see you, Jay. How you doing? Trey's in the house as well. Scott Rizzo rocking that gorgeous T-shirt. If you want to look manly, if you want to look tough, if you want to look ripped like Scott, go get yourself a Wrestling for Life T-shirt.
You want to choke somebody out, or at least shove them that might be taken as a punch.
As we say, everyone can use a fist on the chest, right, Jungle Boy? Good Monday, everyone, says Eric Tate. How you doing? Christopher, welcome back. In the interest of rapid fire, that's a long one. Dale, OG, good to see you, buddy. Hope you are doing wonderful. Nick B in the house as well. Who else we got? Boston Gamer, what up, what up, what up?
Yeah. Well, and I'm even seeing like Bash 8 saying Collision was born without us. Socks the waving cat. Fightful says Rhea starting the show, not a good sign.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Right. Get it out of the way. We'll see.
Just again, Geekbox again saying thank you again for the £5. I know your fucking currency system's a little hard to say.
Well, again, I'm thrilled because that's like $11 Canadian, I think.
Oh, the exchange rate just insane. Right. Damn, that's a hell of a shout out. Love that feeling that love. Absolutely, my guy.
Anytime.
Shouting out Jay Harris too about that was cool to read. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean
not a problem. Not a problem. We appreciate the love. We really do. Bash 8, good to see you. Hashtag not sponsored. Yeah, no shit.
Absolutely.
Give this man some kickbacks. Sean, how you doing? If Tony saw the Holloway fight, he would fear for his life. No, that was way more aggressive than Tony could, deal with.
If he saw that one fighter that was like fighting a fan on his walkout and everything, too, that's when he'd fear for his life.
Yeah, no. Tony clearly, gets fearful of his shadow, so that's a problem.
But that very much felt a little bit like legalese of like, let me Tai Chi out of this situation. Ho, 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 ho.
Which, again, I guess it's a matter of perception. How can we say that moment didn't make him shit his pants? Well, we don't know. He could have.
But what was that? Tony, you already look like a dork to everybody. You got to say this. Just eat it on the chin. Pause. And go out there and say this. So then it's enough cause so we can fire him.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, again,
terrible decision, but still.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, he wanted out. So win-win.
Right.
But again, I think it stopped him from turning around and going after wrongful dismissal. I mean, he's known to have a lawyer or two in his back pocket.
There's been people that have thought he could potentially sue over the footage that they use because they got it in the UK versus it's from the US. And that might have been too why they didn't go around with it too much or talk over it or poke fun at it, because they could have gotten themselves into, the legal issues.
Yeah, again, messy. I hope we can all just move past it and forget about it.
Yeah, seriously.
Queen of the Ring at the end of May do a long tournament that showcases more women. That's interesting take from Richard. Use the Queen of the Ring to decide who takes Rhea's belt
and crown a new champion in Saudi Arabia. That would show, and this is a terrible thing that I'm about to probably say.
I know where we're going with this.
Right, but it at least would show that there's potentially some progression with the Saudi blood money, at least a little bit. Tiptoe by the window. Yeah, at least, yeah. Be good for the women.
I do want to say, because I've seen a lot of fans, especially when it was announced about the King and the Queen, they like roll their eyes like, oh, going back to Saudi, are we? Do keep in mind, the previous regime did agree to go there several years. So you can't always
let me out.
Yeah, you can't always get mad at the people that inherit the bullshit.
Yeah, just be more mad at the people who create the bullshit.
I think so. That doesn't work for me, brother. Creed was never not over. Let's be honest. Best friends.
Touche. Tabernacle.
No chokeholds in the gorilla room.
Absolutely.
Hilarious. But we are about 5 minutes away, ladies and gentlemen. So strap in, strap on. We are going to get to more of this chat, and we will be here for all the action. We're back at it for NXT tomorrow. Keep in mind, Dynamite's go-home show for Dynasty. Thursday is the go-home show for Rebellion with TNA Impact. Friday, we got SmackDown. We got Rampage. Rampage does under 300,000 viewers. Again, this is troubling. But hey, who am I to judge?
Transition.
Right. Saturday, we have Rebellion and Collision. And on Sunday, of course, we have Dynasty from St. Louis, AEW's newest pay-per-view. And I've listened to a lot of, I purposely went and found, AEW fans, Nick, to see what they're saying. Yeah, pretty much. I found one.
Right.
And even they are sour as shit right now with everything. Fuck this pay-per-view, screw the owner, screw the booker, screw it all.
Again, and I'll try and read this quote off real fast for everybody who doesn't
Yeah,
know.
let's get to
Again,
that.
they just constantly just seem to keep pulling the ship in different directions and can't figure out which direction's the right one.
Right.
But so Tony Khan speaking with Christian Zilko, I hope I said that right, of IndieWire. Tony Khan commented about the current boom in wrestling, quote unquote. There's a number of big factors that would play into why wrestling has been such a great renaissance in recent years, Tony Khan said. I think it comes from the great competition in wrestling right now and the fact that there are so many great stars competing right now. Very true statement. Everyone knows that the most real thing in wrestling is the competition between the companies. Getting into deep waters. The companies hate each other, and it will be a natural resource that powers the industry. They want to beat each other and take everybody's free agents, and that makes it interesting for everybody else. Not terribly wrong, but also you negate everything Copeland went out and said.
Well, to an extent, yes. And in addition to that, I feel like it's a little bit of delusions of grandeur here. Again, we've talked about it before, where if you get on AEW's case, people will point out they're just 5 years old. They're just a baby. Relax. It's not like they're doing their best. And then you hear Tony Khan of like, oh, we're in there warring. They're like a little brother. Like they're like little yappy fucking chihuahua barking at the Rottweiler and just getting swatted away. And so I think it's a bit of a conflated idea of what the true competition is.
I think we saw a visual representation of that this past Wednesday, if I do stand corrected. But it is Tony Khan, man to man, from the bottom of my heart. Say less. Just shut the fuck up every now and then. Honestly, this is what you're doing. This is what I need you to do.
100%.
You just had Edge come out and give a rah-rah speech. Your whole programming lately has been nothing but rah-rah speeches and responding to, this quote from that interview and that statement here and everything. It's not a competition. You can't cry victim and then also say you're got fucking, you're punching in the game here. It's stay in your goddamn lane, focus on your shit. If you're killing the game, prove it by killing the game. And I do get that competition, rising tide raises all ships. 100%. The fact that they are still there is great. So there is truth to some of his statement.
Yes.
But there is an undertone, an undercurrent of you think you're here when you're really here.
Yeah, no, again, I think that, and it's similar. Maybe I just got family on the brain, but it's like having a kid brother who like poking at you, and then when
I get it as the oldest. I get it.
Right? They go running, mom, and who gets in shit? Big brother. So that's kind of what this is like. Is when they get smacked, they start whining and pleading foul.
Bro, I lost a set of sock and boppers because my brother got mad because I Max Hollowayed him. I just straight jab down the street there and everything like that, and then he fished and just popped all of them.
Right. But no, I completely understand. Like, listen, we've talked about it many times with the people out there who are like, AEW needs to go away. No, it doesn't. We need it. What Tony did, Tony brought a guy like me back to wrestling. I had forgotten about wrestling. I wasn't happy with what they were giving out. Vince McMahon had lost his mind, and Tony Khan and AEW helped huge. But again, I think it's a little bit of a stretch how he explained it. If he said, we brought more options, we were a second go-to,
being an alternative, versus a competitor.
But there's nobody out there caught up in the rivalry between WWE and AEW right now. Nobody's like, can't wait. Like we get caught up in the tribalism, but it's not a war the way WCW was a war.
Yeah, and it's, again, view yourself like the alternative. That's you and your fan base and everything like that, and the hardcores out there. 100% view it, and what you really are is you're an alternative. You're a way to where we can go and watch Ospreay, we can watch Copeland, we can watch Danielson, everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
You are, if you want to sell yourself as being the different, then you're not a competitor. You're different.
Yeah, well, be the alternative and grow. Like, again, Yeah, you're not wrong. It's just, again, it's just everything that you kind of preach about your company seems a little bit grandiose compared to reality. That's about it.
Well, and
But
again,
I'm about seconds away from the start, sir.
fair enough. So
I will remind everybody, we will get back to this chat and say hello, but the show is kicking off. I got now.
How now, brown cow? I don't know how to say that in French, but we're in Montreal.
So Nick and I are simpatico, and something to do with Brune. What's a cow in French? Someone help me out.
You're the Canadian one here. I'm out here just guessing.
We have to take French until grade 9, and then you can opt out. Bye.
I got thrown out of French class all the time. The only thing I learned in French class was my teacher's name was Mr. Hammond. It was Monsieur Jambon. That's all I know. I knew that, and because
you say is that his wrestling name, Monsieur Jambon?
Yeah, sure.
Jambon.
I'm sure I'm terribly wrong with that, but I also learned omelette du fromage from Dexter's. But we got Sami Zayn, the true French Canadian, out here.
Right, we got Smiley Sammy walking into the building of the Bleu Blanc et Rouge.
Oh, sacré bleu.
I was trying to sound smart. I don't know what cow in French is.
That's fine. I struggle with cow in English, so we're good.
Cody Rhodes.
Now, again, the big question becomes with Cody Rhodes is how do you do, like, where you go now that you're not chasing? Now that you've accomplished, you tackled the mountain, you've conquered the mountain. Now where you go? What's the next mountain to climb?
Yeah, I mean, again, and I think it's, ultimately it's going to be trying to retain, as we got Jay coming in, setting up for his match with Finn tonight. By order of the tribal chief. That is something you and I got to talk about in a second here. But
fair enough.
Sapphic, good to see you. Mark, good to see you. Yes, folks, Brother Fluff is with us. Juan's with us. Promise we'll get back to some of these comments.
Shout out JV giving me the T's and P's for my sock and boppers. Yeah.
There you go, Jay. We got Tabernacle says money.
We're kicking it off with Rhea Ripley, so this might be a Tabernacle situation.
What up, Curtis? TJ Hook, Christian, Marvin, Swimmy, Swami, Swanson, Samson, Samsonite.
And she's got it in a sling. Does she
do the Batista? She takes it out. She not happy, bro. This does not look good.
Yeah, but it's halfway boo-boo jobber face, but at the same time, like she's that good that I kind of figure like she could sell us on it.
Yeah, I'm still half waiting for her just to punch Liv in the mouth, and then like, okay,
bro.
Alexis, good to see you. Easy Bake, good to see you. Wesley Conklin, good to see you.
I mean, on one hand, I'm glad it's not anything to do, I think, fully with the chair shot, since it seems to be her shoulder and everything.
Yeah.
But that could also be very much that workable of, I'm going to smack you in the face here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Until I know, I don't know. This one's a tough one. And I commend the company for having me sit here and go, I don't know.
But the thing that makes me worried and everything is John C. Yes, Rhea was allegedly injured during the last week's segment backstage. But actually, Nick B even says it too, of how, well, if she holds it for a little bit and goes so backlash, I mean, how long did Roman hold the title without competing? So if it's a serious injury that's got to take her a while, that's what makes me nervous. If they feel she needs to vacate it, that means it's a one that's going to put her on the shelf.
In the ring. Pierce is in the ring. So Pierce being in the ring tells me everything I think I need to know here, guys. Alex, good to see you. So if you can't see Monday Night Raw right now,
obviously you guys know what's going on right now is what she says. Sorry.
Yeah. Pierce is in the ring too. Liv Morgan.
And instantly just boo. So Liv will be your big heel coming out of this. This is how you turn Rhea fully babyface. It's a shit way if it has a legit injury, the shit circumstance to be in. But yeah,
right. Liv should turn heel immediately. I don't know if she can though. I don't know. I don't know, Nick, about Liv as a heel.
Rhea's just destroying this promo right now, though, by the way.
She's a star. A star.
We've said this before. She is not the best women's wrestler. She's not the best men's wrestler. She is up there in the discussion for the best wrestler doing it right now.
All around what she brings to the table, yeah, she's in the discussion, gender not required.
Is she, if you go back and look at the past, say, a couple years of pro wrestling, especially in WWE, is it not Rhea Ripley and is it not Roman Reigns? I feel
they're chanting bullshit.
Sorry, I had Too Fast, Too Furious going by me.
Toretto and the family.
This means the most to me. Yeah, family's got to go take care of this.
Liv versus Roxanne Perez. Who you got? Woo, toughie. Perez
Scrappy-Doo versus Botchy-Doo.
Liv Morgan is a better heel than babyface. Ooh, interesting.
I think she works. I think she works better as a sympathetic babyface.
Yeah, and she's got so many simps out there that it's hard. Oh,
right. Rhea's just losing. Oh, God.
Thank you, mommy chant.
She's got the goddamn almost the Undertaker eyes out here.
Yeah. When she gives you that look from the end of the bed, run, giddy up, let's go.
Well, and this is all because of your stupid little revenge story, Liv.
It does suck. I think the good news with like in this moment, the positive, if you want to take something positive, is the fact that you have depth. Becky could
absolutely.
step in.
I'm starting to wonder because they're tying it in. I mean, it's either great that they're tying it in, or is it kayfabe?
I don't know yet.
Yeah,
Pierce being in the ring,
I'm more hoping it's kayfabe than anything, I guess.
But Pierce being in the ring makes me feel like it's not.
Yeah,
I think she'd be out here alone, and then Liv would interrupt.
When I come back,
I think Pierce is going to take the mic and tell us what's next.
When I come back, I'm coming back for blood.
Do it.
Oh,
dude, she's giving me goosebumps.
Yeah.
And again, here comes Liv.
She is a goddamn superstar.
Dude, she gave me pimples. She gave me the goosebumps.
You hear that? I can hear your heartbeat. That's what the f is supposed to do.
She got that growl in her voice.
Got that bass. Well, that's the thing, is it's not a literal bass, but you got to have that tone in your voice and everything, that conviction.
And you get that vibe. Like, again, it doesn't come off, well, I do this thing for a living, and here's my belt. It comes off like legitimate emotion, genuine feeling,
Bro, are they really gonna do a little bit, and maybe not the full scapegoat, but like the Drew, Punk thing with this of I injured you, haha, because she's even coming out with the Liv Revenge Tour shirt on. Glasgow kiss.
Mwah.
I didn't take that just to get a kiss from Rhea. Just saying.
All right. Rhea Ripley is she's mad, bro.
a little bit.
Woo. Hey, yeah, let's go Liv. Oh, we got the silhouette. Silhouette, gentil silhouette.
Does he do the Ricky Starks pose?
Right. Up next, Sheamus in action.
Right. Or at least here.
There you go. So, into our first commercial break. If you're just tuning in, Rhea Ripley cut a promo. I thought maybe Pierce would have more to do with that than he did, but Rhea Ripley has vacated the women's championship.
Was Pierce there as a bit of a red herring? I mean, the man had a red suit. Was he a little bit of a red herring? Because I think that she vacated it and we have no direction going forward. Maybe we still might get it later on the show, but
the draft logo is really cool. I don't know if you caught that.
I did not.
I got a promo package for the 2024 WWE Draft coming up next week, and the new logo and looks sharp. I like it.
Fair enough.
Simple.
I got Under Armour and I got Progressive. So
there we go. There we go. Yeah. As we are on the first commercial break of the night, ladies and gentlemen, rolling through. But yeah, so Liv comes out, taunts her a little bit. Rhea showing emotion, tons of heat, tons of, again, very authentic.
Oh, absolutely. But, and again, I wonder, and I guess I'm just hoping that it's a little more kayfabe. And I know I'm not one to be a fan of when or say, well, it's more when you're doing a super serious injury, but they never really said her injury or anything. Right. So I'm just kind of hoping against hope that it's more of just a way to kind of get a double turn.
Based on Michael Cole calling out the fact that the title is vacant, I don't think we're going back from that. Fair enough. Because they went that far, I think we're locked in. That's where I was like, I was unsure, and again, could Michael Cole be wrong? Yeah, but I think if they're going to sell us on the vacant title, then I think we've come that far.
Do we get an explanation tonight then? Because like how you mentioned with Pierce being in the ring, I thought we were going to get an explanation then. Do we get one later tonight, or do we wait until post draft and then we get an explanation? Because then now you know who's on the roster.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think we're going to get something from Pierce, even if it is we will wait till the draft. I don't know, but we will get something, I imagine. If Rhea is only out 2 to 3 months and they allowed Seth to keep his belt and not her, I'll be annoyed. But I mean, again, we don't know what's up. We don't know what's up. Maybe she is pregnant. I have no idea.
Allegedly. No, I'm not saying that.
I love heel Liv. Again, she just it's so hard to hate her.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's one of those though of like, do I take her as like just this psycho chick that's gonna, lose her mind all the time, or is she more just the plucky, underdog baby face?
Yeah, even when she's trying to be mean, she's still kind of plucky. You're like, you're adorable. Like I don't.
Right. I couldn't stay mad at you.
Yeah, like the madder you get, the more I like you.
Right.
You're so cute.
She's the Avril Lavigne of wrestling.
Marilyn Manson looks mad.
Oh.
Did you notice the lead singer that did her entrance on the way out for, was it Staying Still White or whatever it was?
Motionless,
Staying Still. I was close.
I saw the plenty of people doing the meme. What am I looking at here? For Rhea Ripley.
Boo. Live from Old Bridge, New Jersey. What's up, Greg's Pro Wrestling? How you doing?
Right.
Do you give the belt to Morgan right before Rhea return? Well, no. I mean, you could let her go on a bit of a run before she gets thumped.
Yeah, I almost feel like he would have to. Do you now have to put it on Liv? So she goes on that run. So then, hoping when Rhea comes back, it becomes that bigger story and everything.
Yeah, no, and I said it in the pre-show, Nick. I think that Liv becomes the front runner just because of circumstance, if nothing else.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's got definitely the most story going into it. That's for damn sure.
A hundo.
Easy Bake mentioned, remember, guys, look out for Wyatt Family teases. Yes.
Yes.
I didn't even notice the one until I saw it the other day on Twitter from the SmackDown tour. You forgot about us.
Which the little glitch in us. Yeah. We called out the glitch. We didn't realize there was something in it.
Right.
Because it happened.
Oh, we're having a powwow with the Judgment Day.
Family sandwich. That sound weirder coming out than it should have.
It sounded weirder coming out than it went going in. I'll say that.
I'm Team Morgan. There you go, Boston. Boo.
Damian putting Rhea over big here, but does this start to also begin the fracture of Judgment Days? So Rhea comes back and, I brought pizza and, that room's on fire and that person's, getting fighting the cat and shit.
Right? No, very much so, Nick, in the sense of like, I left for a little bit and y'all went to shit. What happened?
Right? As we're getting Sheamus.
Sheamus is back.
Mark saying evil Liv smile has Joker energy. No, at best Harley
Like
Quinn.
Harley. Yeah, Harley energy. I guess, but again, it's so hard to think. Like, I don't take her serious as a heel, so maybe that's on me.
But we're getting Sheamus actually in action. I thought he was just coming out here, but yeah, he's still got the Brawling Brutes kind of entrance here. Man, looking a little thicker than a Snickers.
Rocking shorts, yeah, and a little bit of pudge on Shamo.
Right, man's had a few 2 Guinnesses, maybe. Just saying. Maybe put the pints away.
We haven't seen him since August 2023.
That's crazy to think about. That has literally almost been a year since we've seen Sheamus.
Sheamus is back.
Oh, and he's got. We're watching the History Channel now, folks. We've got the Irish, we've got the Celts taking on the Vikings right now.
Here we go. I had no idea it was going to be Ivar. Ivar taking a lot of L's, but looking good while doing it lately.
Well, it's big beefy boys slapping meat. Well, and he just recently showed up in NXT as well. So him versus Obafemi again, big beefy boys slapping meat. We've got the Haas division. I've said we had it before on Raw with the women. Now we got it with the men.
Absolutely. Men's Warehouse.
I was gonna say, I like how there's a Men's Warehouse commercial for this. These fuckers are shopping at Big and Tall. They ain't shopping at no Men's Warehouse. What are we doing out here?
Let's go. Yo, what's up, John? How you doing? How you doing, Mark? I miss Head. Don't miss Head. I misheard it as the Ultimate Warrior is in action next. Not quite. Mega letting us know that McDavid is back. Dun, dun, dun. Going for that 100-point season for McDavid.
You have that.
It's all right. McDavid gonna. That's all right. Matthews is gonna get 70. So you gotta something coming. Remember, guys, look out for the Wyatt Family. We talked about that. A lot of talk, and I'm super excited about the potential here. I know we're talking about some of the guys that used to associate with Wyatt not being around or giving up dates for contractual reasons. So
a former a Redbeard and a former Viking and everything having to give up allegedly contractual dates here, or giving up dates because of contractual obligations. But again, I will remind everybody, let us know whether you're taking Sheamus or Ivar, and why is it Sheamus? Because it's his return match. Absolutely.
Yes, it's definitely Sheamus. Are we a little surprised that like Sheamus just comes back and like, here you go, just like a one-off, like, I don't know.
That's what we're wondering of. Do we get just Haas division Sheamus here and everything? But again, it's interesting because you've been a huge fan of Ivar, and like you said, they've been kind of having him involved in a lot of mid-card to upper mid-card stuff. So maybe we're fleshing out the mid-card here.
Right, maybe. Got Sheamus for the win. What's up? How's it going?
Or does this lead to somebody backstage or whatever, like a Drew McIntyre, that has to have a conversation with Sheamus of,
maybe.
Get your in line here. Oh, are we gonna get a white noise? And the over the top of the ring shot right now with
this. Oh my God, crazy. He got him up.
White noise off the middle rope there. Super white noise.
To Ivar.
Right. And we cut right to a commercial break.
Right. Ivar equals banger. Yeah, I mean, he's not losing garbage matches. He's banging. He really is.
No, you misspelled Raider. It's Raider, not banger.
Raider match.
He is a Raider, not a banger.
Sheamus for the win. Too many limes.
What?
Okay, not just me.
No, 100%. I was like, I don't know where to
go. Wow, absolutely trash. Sheamus. All right, Jay, that's strong. Sheamus himself. Yeah, what's up with Sheamus?
From House Left there.
Right.
But so we were talking, now we're in commercial break, about potential new Wyatt family, new, Firefly Funhouse, everything like that.
Yes.
With Bo, potentially Braun, potentially Redbeard. I've heard Alexa.
Yep.
Not Alexis Bliss. That's Car. That's Mercedes.
Right.
Alexa Bliss. As kind of like with the "You Forgot About Us" plural definitely makes me think of, the Wyatt Six, which you've always loved that idea.
Yeah, I feel like that's why Vincent and Dutch were kicking around before they went to AEW. I felt like there was a Wyatt Six in the works. It's all been but confirmed. Even Eric Young talked about potentially being involved in that, or was it as well as who came out? Was it Taven or Bennett, or both? But there was
it was the Righteous of
they were at an NXT. So I mean, again, I love the idea. I love the idea when Bray was going to do it. And now that they are revisiting it, Nick, I think I'm uber excited. I think it's got a lot of potential.
I know you and I have had many an argument about this, and I started to watch the Wyndham documentary last night, but I got to get up early for it, so I made it through part of it and everything, but I haven't finished yet. But it really made me realize if it's going to be this new iteration, this new version, I'm much more for that. I guess I initially always thought it was going to just be like the cover band, like the tribute act. Like I don't need that. Because then that's just, now I just miss the guy who did this versus you who does this.
Yeah, you didn't want to be a second-rate version of what it was. And I know people think it, a lot of people are like, Uncle Howdy, Uncle Howdy. Part of the rumor I read in a couple places is that it might not particularly be Uncle Howdy. Now, he was behind the lantern in the tease, but I think, again, the world is their oyster with this one, and having the same people involved that were involved with Bray, now having someone like Triple H at the helm, instead of Vince, I think it makes all the difference. And we saw what WrestleMania was with payoffs and good storytelling. And I know what they're trying to accomplish here. I'm all for it. And you're right. If it was a tribute act, it would suck. Continuing a legacy story, though, man, I'm all in.
That was really cool when he even mentioned, especially even towards the beginning of like, we just need something that pays, as much homage and everything like that. And how they're doing kind of the white rabbity teases. They're not super blatant or anything like that. And surprisingly enough, because I never was a big fan of, Bo Leave and all of that, he just seemed annoying and bland.
Right.
Seeing him in that doc and seeing him recently and everything, it's literally spit and image. I was like, well, now I fully see how he was your brother versus before. I'm like, y'all are related.
Yeah, and to see Bo kind of take it down to that lower register and talk and not be kind of the uppity yuppity guy. Again, it does add to that element of like, oh, you could do this, right? And I mean, he was an NXT champion. We can't forget that, his future was bright till Vince McMahon got his hands on him.
Right. Matthew, what up?
Beat to the Bowery as we get 10.
Right. As we are back from commercial break. John saying they shouldn't retire the Fiend character.
I think you have to an extent. That's where you said about doing a tribute. Like if you got somebody dressed up as the Fiend running around, I don't know if that's going to feel too tribute-y.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting how they do it, of how much you lean as big splash from Ivar. Sorry, I'll say this last thing. Get to a commercial 2 count of. It's going to be interesting of how much they lean into it being a new character or a continuation versus how much you lean into what has been with the Firefly Funhouse and everything. That's going to be that delicate dance.
Yeah, one of the quotes I heard on online, and again, it's debated where it came from, but I really liked this idea of this is the darkness my brother's absence has left in me. And I thought that was like, okay. I mean, that's deep. Let's go.
Absolutely. As we got both men just throwing hands right now, as they are reminding us that we will be back here tomorrow night, as well as they'll be back here tomorrow night with Trick Williams versus Carmelo in a steel cage match.
The blow off. Bye-bye, Carmelo.
Oh, little bit of a V-trigger, and the man ain't even stumbled. He stumbled and just kind of waddled back here.
Oh, where's the knee pad, police? Knee pad down.
Well, I like how Michael Cole he calls this the kneecap. No, that's the body part, Michael. That's the body part, not the move.
He's not doing
Pat, merci beaucoup.
So he's using the big knee to set up the kick, which looks exactly like the knee. It's a little silly, a little redundant.
Yeah, pump knee into a pump kick.
Oh, so it's
Pump it
his
up.
new finisher is a pump knee. He's not using the pump kick. He hit him with 2 knees.
Oh, I thought he hit him. No, he hit him with the pump kick on the second one, I believe.
Oh, it didn't look good.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. He's out here pumping it up like them fucking old Nike shoes with the little orange basketball shit on the front of them.
Right. And Sheamus picks up a big W on his return.
Yeah, so big knee followed by the bro kick.
Oh, yeah, the second one was definitely a kick. You're right.
Yeah, well, no, again, it's one of those of it looks weirdly repetitious of like, well, wait, well, why not do that earlier or something? It just looked weird back to back.
Why not just kick him the first time?
Like, well, no, I'm still thinking you could do both moves in the match. It's one of those of doing them back to back. It's like, I get what you're saying. Yeah, doing it back to back. It's just weird. Oh, Sheamus out here just. Pat McAfee and Michael Cole are fearing for their lives right now. Sheamus is out here hugging them.
Pat yard selling his drink all over that table.
Oh, yeah.
Man's gonna need a nap. I hope where's my phone?
Literally, man, Pat just got shook by that whole situation. As we're getting a replay of Sami's story from WrestleMania, and so I guess here I teased it earlier in the pre-show for anyone who was here earlier. My thoughts and feelings on what we could get potentially with this main event here. Do we get a Chad Gable heel turn, and at least just heel turns on Sami, if not wins the match? Could it fuck with Gable enough? Could it get with Gable enough of, I got beaten and destroyed in front of my kids and I couldn't overcome it, and you jumped the line, and we get that whole twisted mentality and everything.
You think?
And so I'm going to beat you in front of all your friends and all your family. I'm going to beat you in your home city.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Could you have Sami drop the belt in Montreal? Woo! I don't know, man. He just got it. It was a feel-good story. Could it be a case of Sami beats Gable and then Gable goes haywire?
Well, we're getting the story now about the, friendship and everything.
Well, WWE again.
This is a great video package, by the way, though. Yeah. They've even got, this is UFC shit. We've got, the cold open vibe here.
Right. Oh, I'd give them their flowers for sure. Like, they're hyping up their main event. They're giving you a reason to stick around. They want you interested. They want you intrigued. They want as many people as possible to not.
They're selling you on. It's a title fight, and there's a connection and there's a story here, and especially, like I said, it's a title fight.
Dude, I don't know. Especially remember the talks of Sami wasn't thrilled that he got booed when he won the gauntlet match. Whoo!
Chad Gable out here looking like he's straight out of like American Top Team or the fucking Uriah Faber, TJ Dillashaw camp and everything like that. Alpha male.
Alpha male. As I believe we are heading back into commercial. Oh no, I'm getting a WWE shop commercial.
Yeah, so commercial just for their shit.
What's up, Heather? How you doing? How you doing? Savage. Sheamus got his old theme back. He did. We were pretty pumped about it.
Right.
Let's go. CM Punk.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this getting us ready for Sunday with Dynasty and everything like that? Because during that, now it's a ladder match, by the way, folks. It's a ladder match.
Wait, the Young Bucks and no,
I'm seeing that it's a ladder match now between
legit.
Those two.
Well,
I can double check on the card.
Jack Perry's definitely 100% involved in the outcome of this match. It's the only way what you're doing makes sense.
I'll ask you this while I look this up to confirm that. We were here for Windy City Riot and everything, where we had Jack Perry out there in Chicago. How did you feel about how he came across with that? Did he lean enough into it? I mean, they were chanting, "Oh, cry me a river," but granted, flipping off the crowd doesn't make you a heel.
Well, here's a couple things with that. One, if you do that on a New Japan show or a smaller independent show, you probably get away with it pretty easy. I'm wondering if the bigger audience will it just echo CM Punk chants? And is that what you want? Like, is that like, if you're okay with that response, then by all means. I just don't know if I want that happening on my show. And I don't know how it doesn't happen. And he leaned right into it. Some people felt like he leaned too far into it. But you know what? If they're going to boo you and bring it up anyway, I say lean. It's the most interesting Jack Perry's ever been.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they sold all 15 of his shirts that he had on their merch store and everything. That's why everyone's now demanding it. And I get it. And on one hand, I'm surprised, and I can confirm, I went to, of course, the good source of Wikipedia. So the Young Bucks versus FTR for the vacant AW World Tag Team Championships is a ladder match Dynasty this weekend.
Why can't they ever just have a fucking straight up match, like 1-on-1, mano a mano, like just one?
The world may never know,
but it could be a real fun match.
I think it'll be a great match. It's just a weird. I shouldn't need to watch backstage footage and everything like that to give a fuck about a match between the Young Bucks and the FTR, something that AW has built their tag team division on and everything like that. That is supposed to have been two of the best tag teams here doing it. Why do I need bullshit footage from 8 months ago to sit there and sell me on this? No, sell me on this, on your fucking talent, your personality, what you said got you fucking here.
Yeah, I mean, again, FTR wasn't in the footage. Like, if FTR was there and, like, somehow, even if they were just peeling Punk back, they could have said, like, look, there are those two guys with their friend, da-da-da-da-da-da. But they weren't even there. It wasn't their problem. So, I don't know that, you know, it helped anything. We already talked about that immensely last week. But it definitely didn't help Dynasty. And now you're tacking on a ladder match. Well, the boys better come to show up and show out because everybody's going to be watching it and they got to deliver. If the match sucks, you're wasting all of our time. The story sucks. The match better be good.
I don't think the match will suck. The story absolutely sucks. I think we're going to get deafening CM Punk chants, I feel, or at least a smattering most. We're going to get some solid ones. But is it interesting, as we're still in commercial, that you would think almost Jack Perry would come out of this like CM Punk after 2011 or the Young Bucks would. Somebody would come out of this of the standing up to authority and the ultra babyface, and we're standing up for what's right and everything like that, like Punk did after he went off the cuff with the pipe bomb.
Right.
Instead, you have everyone chanting CM Punk and saying, "I can't believe you fuckers did this." Right. That I think that's the big snafu here is they wanted they planned this thinking they'd come out the babyface, and instead they came out the heel. So now you got to lean.
Yeah, you have no choice. And I mean, again, with Jack Perry, again, he saw like I'm not a fan of him. I don't think he has a great personality. I don't think he has a good attitude in or out of the ring. But again, if you're going to get this heat, we've talked about it with other wrestlers who just like too stubborn to dig into it, and they end up not going anywhere. I mean, I'd have him run out of the crowd, jump over the guardrail, slide into the ring, grab a microphone from Tony Schiavone, and start screaming and yelling about how I got choked out by some old bastard that I didn't even like, that Tony had to have around. And ever since that happened to me, I haven't heard shit from nobody. This is bullshit.
Could you do it? And I know, sorry, we're back from commercials. We're getting literally there's some guy just waving the finger. We're getting a replay of Sheamus making Pat and Michael fear for their lives and viciously attacking them. But there's one dude in the crowd just no, sir. But could you do it? Jack Perry comes out as we're getting Triple H about to come out. So I'll say this quickly. Could you get Jack Perry comes out? Hey. Yeah.
Time to play the game.
Oh, am I ahead of you? I've got Triple H walking out right now.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think I was just trying to let you finish that sentence.
No, you're trying to let me finish it by saying, hey.
Unexpected.
Well, and also, again, smaller stage setup.
What's that? Yeah, no, and I love it. I think it's great that, I mean, stages are nice, but again, I'm not, fill the building. Let's go.
Absolutely. I'd rather hear a loud crowd than see a big Titantron.
I'm surprised Tony hasn't moved to 2 stages.
He's got 2 tunnels. He's just got to split the two.
Split them up.
He's already got the fucking,
No, we got new belts.
Whoa.
Gentlemen, as we got Pierce back in the ring, but there's definitely belts under that blanket.
Oh, absolutely.
New belts in the ring. The man's still over his shit. People love this guy. I love it. Michael Cole just said what I said. Like, listen to this place.
My God, my guy, and my God, you're not my God, but you are my guy. And no matter patria, but literally, you've got people up in the fucking mausoleums, the rafters out here. They're watching this from the rooftops out here. They're packed to the gills.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, in the chat, I got almost 100 people here. Let's get that to triple digits. We are about to get new belts here. Be a friend, tell a friend. If you know anybody that likes wrestling, give them their link, get them over here. I want to see triple digits in this chat. But question of the day, will Nick, my buddy Big Nick, like the belts that are revealed?
If they're not, I think the question is what belts are revealed.
Yeah.
Are they new
tag belts? It looks like
yeah, there's two of them. There's two of them for anyone not watching. So they got to be at least tag belts of some sort.
Right, let's go. Let's go. New belts, Eagle belts back. Let's go. The crowd is going banana sandwich.
And Triple H instantly acknowledging the crowd. You guys are on fire. I got to give you that. It's going to be super crazy when Sami comes out here, though, by the way.
Yes. Bring back WCW belt. Big Goldie. Get Goldie back in the mix.
These are definitely tag belts, so I think we're getting past, the silver dinner plate, the kind of Hercules, bless my soul, Herc was on a roll.
That's a nickel off the fucking train track.
It's like, it's literally like when you used to put a penny on the train tracks and then you had the people tell you it's going to throw the train off the tracks and shit like that. Yeah.
What am I seeing? Oh, okay.
Things.
What is this?
You're seeing Paul Carpenter.
Smoking. We got our triple digits. Let's go. Keep it coming, people.
Triple digits for Triple H. Let's keep it going.
Go. We got our triple digits. New belt for Damian. Again, bring the champs.
You want to see the champs?
Frank, Rhea did relinquish her title, and in the same topic.
Awesome truth.
Awesome.
So they are new tag team belts. I don't know why I said it with
that. Your Jim Ross came out.
All right. Shit. My God. We got our truth.
Do we think Vince watches? He apparently watches, participates, joins in, invites others. Oh, sorry, different topic. My bad. Too soon? Awesome. Truth. Yeah, Vince in all types of shit. But I'm sure he peeks at the show. He has to.
Well, I wouldn't have done that. He peeks at other things, so yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe they finished the story. It's bullshit.
But yeah, we got to move past this, fucking, Disney theme park fucking pressed quarter shit of a fucking tag title here. We need something that actually looks like a real tag title instead of just a dinner plate.
And I would like to see a little bit of, distinguish the belts from each other.
Go back to when you had the invasion and you split it and you had one had the old school, you had the blue and the shit in the center for the SmackDown belts and you had the red design and everything for the Raw ones.
So for a record,
as we're getting a "You Deserve It" chant for R-Truth right now, and absolutely
for a record 54th time in 8 days, a "You Deserve It" chant has gone off. The crowd is lit,
and they've all been for R-Truth. The man is out here just dancing.
Yeah, I'm waiting for R-Truth to mess this up.
Man's just gonna get up on that thing and man, move. You better. Man's just out here hitting splits for no reason. Let me be the first to say, what's up? Who had Triple H saying, what's up on your 2024 bingo card? Because you're a goddamn liar.
Nick, next Disney theme park, WWE.
Saudi WWE theme park.
Right.
Isn't that isn't that where they did WWE World or like there is kind of a halfway thing, I think, out there.
Right?
The WWE experience, what have you. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. New tag belts. Yeah, folks, if you're just tuning in, they are on the verge of introducing new tag titles for Awesome Truth, who are in the ring with Pierce and Triple H. Sorry, Pierce. Trips gets the big announcements.
Yeah. Well, could you use Rhea vacating the title to introduce a new version or a new look to the title and everything? Because I know I don't like modern titles and everything like that for the most part and everything.
Yeah.
But could it be one of those, instead of it just being a copycat of the men's, you have it look unique and everything like we're about to see here of? This isn't just the same tag titles with red straps. It's going to be unique.
There we go.
Oh.
Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
We got new Raw belts, and Nick's instant reaction is amazing.
Just no. Those they literally did the exact opposite of what I said they were gonna do. They just made them, they took the world title and the women's title and everything, just crumpled it down a little bit smaller and just put red lettering on the front. So it's it's Raw.
I like it from back here, like the long shot of it. I think it is great.
Yeah, you gotta see that shit from far away.
Right. Good from far, but far from good.
Exactly.
I got to see it closer. I like the look from here for sure.
If
gold, black,
I can change my opinion.
Yeah.
If they don't do the SmackDown ones as the same goddamn thing, just with blue lettering.
Blue. But you like the big W's.
Yeah, and that ain't it. That's a fucking
big W.
That's a goddamn, I agree. That's Ferrero Rocher belt. That's what that is.
Right. I want to see Nick's reaction to New York Rangers winning the President Trophy. I'll tell you this, winning the President Trophy means shit.
Spoken like a true Maple Leafs fan.
Fuck.
I don't have.
Thank you, Luigi.
Absolutely, my guy. Word of Mario to your Luigi. Pause. But yeah, I don't think I have a true favorite hockey team.
Sorry.
Oh.
Truth is a little confused.
So Miz is having to play our truth translator.
Juan says belt sucks. Somebody said gold. We got somebody saying fire. Let's go.
Says the guy with the shitty ass, fucking Toblerone, fucking, belt.
I figured this out, Nick. Know what it is with you? Don't like etchwork. You don't like it being
involved. Because it looks tacky.
That doesn't look tacky.
My guy, tell me none of us have a grandmama that has some shit in their house that looks exactly like some shit like that.
Triple H he just called Triple H a genie. Is Ripley really hurt? Apparently, yes, Craig. She has relinquished the title. Owen Hart.
We are in Montreal. I would have lost my mind if Miz sat there and started to cut the promo and explain everything to Truth in French, and he got it then.
Yo.
Ole, ole, ole.
They remind me of the new TNA titles. I accept that. I get where you're going with that. I like it. I like.
Well, no, and it is. I think you really nailed it. It's the etchwork shit. It's like the impression shit. I'm just like, nah, you can have that.
On Seth's belt, it's got like the lion in it and shit. I think that's cool, man.
Yeah, but you have like a tramp stamp in the middle of it, though. Like if you're gonna do the etchwork and just leave it,
like better.
Let's do that. Like do it big Goldie. Don't have a tramp stamp in the center of it.
Goldie. Yeah. They're chanting we. We can take them.
No, again, it's not exactly that Miz is cutting the promo in French, but he's using the French Canadian crowd to help explain everything to our truth out here.
Yeah, not us.
Si.
All right. Triple H taking the old belts and passing off the new belts.
Truth, for half a second was looking scared, like he got, like I'm getting stripped of my title right now.
I hate that chant. Good luck, he's all yours. So now Pierce got a mic.
Right. Why do you guys make the boss leave the ring? What boss?
This show needs subtitles. Does Jimmy get a title? Yeah, Jimmy should get a mini title.
Who your first challengers will be. Time for the triple threat match to determine who will be the number one contender for your new Monday Night Raw Tag Team Trophy.
Oh, they really need a new theme. Listen, DIY. I'm not going to get behind DIY till they change that goddamn song. No, not DIY versus Awesome Truth. DIY is the first team in a triple threat to find out who will fight Awesome Truth. And that's your prediction, Damian.
I literally, for half a second, didn't even realize he was DIY. I was like, oh, who the f is this? Oh, they're terrible. Terrible.
DI. It's not good. It's not good.
Should they? Well, you've got Ciampa's out here still looking like Iron Maiden a little bit.
They're still in the
Well, yeah. Now I was going to say I didn't realize the back of it, but you had Johnny Gargano here with the Regeneration X. They should do something towards that, if anything. Just lean in to be the comedy shtick,
right? Yeah, dig in. My only gripe,
this technical shit ain't working right now.
Right. My only gripe with these titles is they kept the round shape. Everything else is great, but I wish they had a better shape to the title. All right, okay. I don't mind the round. I'm okay with it.
It's a circle.
I recall a story about the bag making a bet backstage if R-Truth could get Brooke to break character. Wonder if they did the same for Triple H. Maybe.
I wouldn't be surprised. There's a whole highlight reel of this man getting people to break character.
True, always trying to pop everybody. So it's possible. DIY versus Awesome Truth, ice cream bars for everybody. DIY gets no crowd reaction. None. It's the song to start with, because that elicits no excitement.
It reminds me of tonight we are young. It's just like I've heard this on a Target ad. I don't give a shit about this. They're fantastic in the ring, but you don't give a shit by the time they get to the ring, like you said.
Damian predicting an all babyface backlash battle.
Ooh. I don't know. Well, is it going to be interesting?
Mm-hmm.
We've dealt with the Saudi crowds. We've seen the UK crowds and everything. We saw the Wales crowd for Clash. We haven't seen a French crowd or whatever. We've got teases of it over Montreal. But are we going to get some interesting chance? And that's going to be interesting to see who gets over, what reactions we get when we're in Francais.
Right. And we've already seen a bit of it tonight already, folks. But we are in a commercial break. If you are just tuning in, Rhea Ripley has relinquished her title, and we're not sure what's happening with that yet. We have new tag titles as R-Truth and Miz get presented new titles from Triple H. Let us know if you've seen the title, how you feel about them. But I know it's mixed reviews here from the channel.
Just a wee bit. Well, positive reviews from you, terrible negative feedback from me. I have Paul saying everything is great. Edwards cheering on the Rangers. We're getting an update now because on the Rangers game, I think, because of you.
Yeah, what the hell? Yeah, they got to play Ottawa, and that's like a layup. But the Rangers going for the. I don't even know how they got there. That's mind numbing.
Well, Larry's saying everyone's going to have a croissant in their hand.
Nothing wrong with a good croissant. So
right. Christian's taking Creed Brothers for the win.
Are they
KJ
in the
will
match?
I don't know, though. So far, the only team that I know in the match is DIY, unless there's something going around the Twitterverse or anything like that we aren't aware of.
Yeah, I do not. The only team we know for like the DIY. Who are the other two teams? Right? Motor City Machine Guns. Let's go.
Would that be so fucked? Like if you're just we're in Detroit and we're gonna turn around and you can have that. We're gonna do it just a little bit north of the border. Right. I mean, shit, TNA is damn near almost a Canadian company, I feel at this point with
pretty much, at least, especially under Scott D'Amore, maybe a little more southern based nowadays, but yeah, very, might as well have just been out of Windsor.
Well, apparently they must have either said it or released it somewhere where we're learning live here of it. So it is DIY, New Day, and Creed Brothers. So
I had no idea. Oh, there we go.
Sugar Honey Iced Tea.
So who is this? I don't know. Any one of the
But if Creeds win, do they go heelish? Worse if they lose to Awesome Truth, or does Awesome Truth just keep it for a hot minute?
Is it a short run, a feel good run, not
New
a long
Day's
run?
Like that man on the outlier here. You know what? I'm gonna take a pause here real quick, but I'm gonna say this first. I'll take DIY in this. You have that.
You're gonna take DIY, okay?
I'll take DIY because we're just gonna get the tension of friend versus friend, frenemy of my frenemy. As I go find it.
Okay. Well, Nick's taking a pause for the cause. We are about to get a triple threat for the #1 contendership for the tag titles. If you haven't seen them yet, they just introduced new tag titles. Watch R-Truth and The Miz sitting ringside at the commentary table, looking sharp with those new belts. I think I saw Safit was enjoying it. There you go. New belts look good. DIY for the win. Creed Brothers for the win. I don't know who to pick. I'm going to go Creeds because they have, I think, the most potential to be heelish. I can't imagine. Hey, look. Oh, we got a QR code. Nick! Where's Nick? We got a QR code. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a QR code. They're messing with us. If you find that QR code, send it our way. I'm going to go see. All right. We got a QR code, and I have no idea. All these guys are face teams. Yeah, I'm a little confused, right? Could DIY go heel? Maybe that's what they need. They need different music. DIY, yeah. What do you think? A heel turn from DIY, would that help up at least their presence, their reaction? Could they work as a heel team? Creed for the win. Yeah, I'm kind of with you, 1, 2, 3, kid. I'm kind of with you for sure. But I see triple digits in that chat. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, folks, as we are still rolling along right now. And we're doing oh wow. Good job, WWE. So we're doing a triple threat tag match, and they're doing it with 3 men in the ring, 3 men outside. None of this silly tag your opponent. I like that they're doing this. But we got Johnny, Xavier, and Brutus in the ring right now, starting this one off, folks. Who do you got? Who you taking? Yo! I almost had it. DIY could go heel. Interesting. No, Nick, find the QR code. Don't come back. Come back with the answer. Taylor Rotunda for Wyndham Rotunda Legacy, 100%. And this is something that I was hoping. We could get it. And maybe it's a little selfish on my part, but I think they could do a really good job with this. And here we go. They're playing with our emotions again. The crowd's a little quiet for what's going on right now. They're not really cheering for anybody. We got DIY in against the New Day, 2-on-2. Down go the Creeds off the apron. Select has reported a Hikuleo New Japan contract runs until June, and I think he shows up in WWE. Man, if they could get their hands on Hikuleo, woo! Big fan, big man. The New Day up and over, taking out everybody. And I think we're going back to commercial as the New Day over saying hello to Awesome Truth going into commercial break. Folks, I'm going to remind everybody we are back tomorrow for NXT. Wednesday, we got a very interesting Dynamite, the go-home show for Dynasty. Thursday, we're here for Impact, a go-home show for Rebellion. Friday, SmackDown, Rampage. Saturday, we are here for Collision and TNA Rebellion. Going to be a great Saturday night here on the channel. Sunday, AEW Dynasty. Let me know if you're in the chat right now. Are you pumped for Dynasty? Have they sold you on Dynasty? Are you excited for Dynasty? Let me know. Let me know. I'm curious. But we will be here all week long. And back next week, we have all your wrestling needs. Make sure you hit that thumb. I know we've had 100 plus in the chat. So make sure you hit that thumb. Make sure you hit subscribe. And if you're feeling jolly, take the link. Drop it to all your friends. Let them know who we are. But we appreciate it. We appreciate it. I saw a comment I wanted. Biggie has his 2-year checkup in his neck. No new bone growth. I did see the report said he's not sure if he'll ever be able to get back in the ring again. Again, he seems happy. He talked about his quality of life. He's doing well. That, to me, is the priority. I chatted. I liked. There you go, J-Boy. Good job. But, yeah, I would love to see Big E back. But for him, again, we've seen others return at times where long layoffs, new technology comes along, new medicine practices come along, and they're able to change and get in there. But the good news for Big E is he seems like he's getting around pretty okay. One day, maybe we get him. I'm excited for Joe and Swerve. Then that's it, says Connor. I'm really looking forward to this match, and I got my money on Swerve. It'd be very interesting how this is going to play out at Dynasty. But I think Tony he needs something, some momentum, something strong. Swerve has a great story. I would push it. I'd push it hard. Biggie got that one. Wow, Kofi missed the drop kick. It happens. It happens. Will Awesome Truth be tag team champions longer than Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens? Ooh, I don't know. I'm curious now, especially with the 3 teams in this triple threat. I'm very curious. DIY versus the Awesome Truth, and DIY wins, turns heel. You might be selling me on this idea, Damian. Could DIY turn heel? I'm curious. What do you think? What do you think? I mean, that's a tough sell, but they've been bland and boring as baby faces, so maybe plan B is in order. Again, Creed brothers turning heel, not a bad idea. That's what I was kind of thinking initially, Christian, was could the new squeaky clean babyface Creed brothers try and go heel? NXT and Dynamite have stacked shows this week. Wait, is Rampage on Saturday this week? I'm excited for Swerve Joe. Got that one. Speaking of Dynasty, as much as I respect Bryan Danielson, but I'm picking Will Ospreay to win 100%. Yeah, Bryan loves putting guys over, and Ospreay's needs to keep cooking. I'm done with AEW, says Edward. We'll see. I chatted. I liked. Beautiful. I appreciate it. Rampage is on Saturday for the next 3 weeks. That'll be very interesting, Damian. As we are back to the action, ladies and gentlemen, the New Day. I got Kofi. I got Ciampa. And as soon as I remember the third, Brutus and the Barber is also here. There you go. There you go. Check out our Discord. Julius Caesar. There we go. I forgot. Duck Dynasty AEW. Let's go. Let's go, J-Boy. Jimmy and Jay back together soon, Craig. Slow. KJ, you need to see the details in this belt. They dual plated, and it looks amazing. I wish it wasn't a circle. Big running knee by Ciampa. What's your issue with circle? I'm curious. Just prefer not circle? Oblique? Kofi with a big knee. Suplex by Julius. The action's picking up a little. Crowd still a little mute. Considering how jazzed they were, they're a little quiet here. Picking up a bit. Super kick. Roll through. Kick to the head. Oh, looks like DIY might be onto something here. Round is a shape, 100%. Gargano taking out everybody. Ciampa. Oh, lumbar check. Well, kind of. 2. They call that move Project Ciampa. Jimmy and Jay back together got that one. Drop the QR code results in the Discord and sent it to you, KJ. Thank you, Mon Frere. What am I looking at? Do I have to turn my shit upside down? Is it? All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we got a QR code. So it's been a busy night here on Raw. Good night on Raw. As we got the New Day, DIY, and the Creed brothers going for the number one contendership to R-Truth and The Miz. But I'm trying to figure out. Nick just sent me the visual. Has anyone saw this QR code stuff? With words half on. Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. What am I missing? WWE Backlash? Am I just crazy? I know some smart ass on Twitter has it already. Let's go. Bullet Club needs main event Jay. Interesting. Oh, big kick by Kofi going up over Xavier. I got distracted by a QR code again. Wheelbarrow. Faymaster. And Julia says, "Come here, little guy. Come here, buddy."
I'm Buddy and I came here, but I'm not a
here,
little
little
guy.
guy.
Buzz,
Come on,
but, yeah. But no, trust me, if I wasn't trying to, sneak a pause in there, I would have been racing back to say there's a QR code here. But yeah, no, it doesn't that make the kind of the hair on the back of your neck stand up and everything a little bit like
I
that.
love it.
Oh, absolutely. And instantly everybody's racing to that. And this is when you do it. Who else is paying attention to this fucking match, respectfully? But yeah, I sent it to you. That's you didn't want us. That's the meaning of the QR code. I've seen some people kind of halfway decipher that. I still don't know. I'm not smart enough to figure that out that fast. But
you don't want us. Is that what it means? Is it?
I've seen people show that image. I've seen people just share that image, or like just the image that I sent to you, and I also put it in the Discord. If anybody else that didn't see it, that's why I shared the link. And then
it says
clicked wrong buttons and everything. But yeah,
I got another one. It says patience. It's almost time. Highlight the middle of the screen and black bar.
Okay, so then Anthony is confirming, because I did see somebody also have that image that in the center of it does say you didn't want us, but I don't know the outside code. And again, this reminds me of Foley. That was one of the funnest times we were here watching wrestling, where we were deciphering White Rabbit stuff all the time. As DIY is about to sneak this win here. 3, I backslid into a victory. I don't even know who you picked, sir.
I picked the Creeds, but could DIY turn heel in this position? Would that help them?
I think they have to.
Better music, bad attitudes. Maybe we get a little bit of the Johnny Gargano that was in the way, like arrogant and a pain in the ass. Which
I need, Blackheart, Ciampa, and everything like that.
Yeah,
no one can survive. That's the best Ciampa.
Psycho killer.
Right. Yeah, but I like how this has just become the alternate reality game and everything. ARG, sorry. With all of this. I remember we were live on stream and I'm sitting there calling random phone numbers that popped up to play a message, into the microphone, because we were trying to decipher the whole game going on here.
Copy to Google. Oh.
Fair enough. But yeah, so DIY picks up the win. So at Backlash, we're going to get DIY taking on Awesome Truth.
DX versus the Awesome Truth.
Yeah, Regeneration X.
Regeneration sucks. I'd like to see Julius Creed versus Gunther. Okay.
Give it time, young Padawan. I think we're building up there. We could get Well, because remember they were under, Schmidt, about how he saw both Creed brothers as individual single stars that could be top headliners at Manias and shit like that. So yeah.
As we are going back to last week.
I know Copeland sat there and cut a whole promo about how he's having fun. I think CM Punk's having the fucking most fun he's had in pro wrestling. If he's out there taking pictures of the commentary table while he's hiding under the ring.
Right. Yeah, no, and it's funny that you said that because I watched this clip earlier today, and that was my sentiment of like, that dude looks like he's having a ball.
Absolutely.
Oh, Jackie Redmond with Drew McIntyre, not happy.
The man who's gonna claymore them balls, pause.
Yeah, no shit.
Do you buy into the contract negotiations are still up in the air with Drew? I've seen people say that, the Becky's
he owes him a TV.
I was gonna say claymore to screen instead of
CM Punk chants breakout as Drew McIntyre's pissed. Friday.
Well, as we're gonna get the finals between LA Knight, and AJ Styles to see who's gonna take on Cody Rhodes at Backlash for the #1 contendership. Is it interesting that AJ Styles has wrestled Cody Rhodes' daddy for the NWA title, but has never wrestled Cody Rhodes?
They didn't wrestle in TNA? They didn't cross over at all?
No.
I'm down.
Dusty and AJ crossed over.
Okay.
They never crossed over in New Japan. They never crossed over on the independents, anything. By the time Cody was post WWE, AJ was New Japan, etc.
Mm-hmm. Do they surprise us with an LA Knight win by chance, or is it just two babyface on babyface?
Two babyface on babyface, and who takes the L and can survive taking that L? Because LA Knight really needs to rack up some wins, and especially, I think if you're gonna do heel versus heel, he's got to take the L there.
Well, yeah. And what do you do if people start cheering LA more than Cody? Do you give the belt to LA already?
Facts, seriously. Well, and again, that's been the worry and been the concern, as if Cody still gets over now that he's the one being chased versus the chasee, and how long till people inevitably, as any babyface champion, they turn on him?
How long before it happens?
Fickle fan base.
Yeah, they could do it now. We've seen it before. Like if I don't know if he goes into Backlash and the match is like okay but not amazing, and we don't really love the angle. So I saw a thing today. Cody's not a draw. The Tomatonga clip.
The Bloodline segment got more. Yeah.
Help me. What are we doing? Like, are we crazy? Like, Cody's doing fine.
Yes. Well, we're crazy and Cody's doing fine. Those, I think, are separate things. But yes.
Right.
No, we said regeneration X, not regurgitation X. That's on you, my guy.
Yeah, I don't get it. Cody versus AJ at Backlash for the title. I'm calling it now, KJ Nick. I'm with you, Vance. I think that's the heavy favorite here.
Needs to be, and I think that'll be a nice little dream match there between AJ and Cody.
Right? Divine plays. Chad Gable heel turn is real. Yeah.
Point ahead, look smart.
It'd be
it doesn't have to be to where he wins it, but I think there's at least an inevitable heel turn.
I don't know if he wins it, but I could see him losing and being pissed off that he lost. That plays for me.
Yeah, that leads to the heel turn. He just is pissed off and begrudgingly shakes Sami's hand, and then next week we get the heel turn, or do we get it here? I think we've got to get it here because it's Montreal.
Sami goes for the handshake, and Gable just does. Yeah, instantly just yeet up and over. Let's go. Ankle lock. Sami's tapping in front of his peeps.
Fair enough. That's pretty much what I kind of thought. Just, you're doing it after the match instead of during the match. So fair enough.
I'm in. I say do it. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Damian calling Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles as well. Cody wasn't a heel in AEW ever, from what I remember. It's not happening to WWE. He's way too over. It's not saying he's going to be a heel. It's will the crowd turn on him? That's the same thing that happened in AEW. He didn't want to be a heel, but the crowd turned on him.
Yeah, and that's where he ends up in the pickle, because if he starts getting booed because everybody likes LA so much, and they become, hashtag we want LA. It's a tough pickle.
Could we see it if he stays on SmackDown, like you talked about, to where the Solo, Tama Tonga, Jimmy, Jay, Jacob Fatu, Roman bloodline story gets so over that they do kind of, well, maybe you finish the story. All right, now give it back to Roman and let's just do this all over again.
All right, so we got Indy and Candice coming out, the female side of DIY.
Yeah, the way more, well, in the way instead of the way. They need to step beside the way. Yeah, as we're getting, it's still very heel Candice and somehow clueless Indy here. I know Tiffany came out with the clueless attire and everything last week, but Indy's out here just, I think you could hit her with a fucking dishpan and she wouldn't know what side she hit her on.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do with this situation at all, Nick. I'm really struggling to figure out what the plan is here for all this.
Does this play into, if we do get a tournament, this would be an underlying and undercurrent story through that? Because do we see them as a tag team champion? I think that's going towards Bianca and Jade.
Well, speaking of not seeing them as tag champions, as Maxine and Ivy are coming to the ring.
Yeah.
It's definitely a dill pickle. I got a pickle. Are
they the MGF pickles?
Pause. Yeah, right. There you go. Did Drew
That's
sign
a good pickle?
Right. Now, wasn't there reports that Drew did sign a contract? I thought
there was reports, and then there wasn't.
Then there was recant.
Well, that's the thing, is again, you're going off of dirt sheets and you're going off of this, that, and the third. Like, you really, you got to take it with a grain of salt a little bit, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. But ding, ding, ding. We will take your predictions in the chat, folks. Do you got Maxine Dupree and Ivy, or do you got Indy and Candice in the who gives a shit match of the
literally, my guy. I mean, all due respect.
I tried. I don't mean to be rude.
What happened to this backlash and everything, this uproar for, Maxine can do it? That lasted all of a week.
Sunset flip by Ivy. Yeah, I feel bad for that one, but yeah, no.
It's just, let's put tall, clueless woman with short, actual woman who can wrestle, I feel. It really is. It's a fucking mirror match out here of just confusion versus confusion right now with Maxine and Indy in the ring. And I like Indy. I liked Indy when she was out there with Index and everything. Yeah. And boy, is it going downhill fast.
Maxine with a fisherman.
And a suplex too.
And a suplex too. Well played. Oh, distraction. And Maxine takes close.
Yes, but folks, let us know who you got, sir. You got to give a prediction. You can't say, disqualification, double count out here.
I'm gonna go Ivy and Maxine just because Candice and Indy have this weird hatred thing happening where Candice is gonna turn on Indy. And
no, see, I'll go the opposite way because I think Candice is going to be the only one that actually acts serious here and turns heel a bit and kind of rages out and should be playing nice with the others because we're all kind of baby faces here. And then she does the Tommy Boy with the and pet him and stroke him and then
so Candice does the heelish thing. Indy shakes her head, but they still get the W. Maybe
clueless.
What? Drew and McIntyre has 5 or 6 weeks left on his contract. I'm not worried about Drew. Somebody just mentioned it. Drew's on the posters for Clash. Drew will be fine.
Well, and then there was people that were worried about with like Becky and Seth. Their deals are both coming up. Becky had been alleged that she was taking time off, and then she turned around and is shouting out European tours that she's going to be on. So 100% again, this is pro wrestling, and this is WWE working the dirt sheets a wee bit, just a wee bit.
A little bit. And again, I mean, you got to understand the platform, especially Seth, Becky, they're getting paid well. And yeah, sure, if Tony could, he'd throw even more at them. But it's the platform. Like, if Becky just got a book deal, she's going to go out and tour that book. Like, she's so connected to this. Seth dialed in. Drew McIntyre going to show up on Wednesday to fight fucking Will Ospreay in front of 1,900 people?
I
don't
mean,
so. I'm in, but I don't.
I'd pay for Drew Ospreay, but I mean, yeah,
in the other direction,
right? Well, no. Speaking of things in the other direction, no, I just
my bad.
Larry said Maxine and Niall, Maxile 4L, no gimmick infringement, no. Do that the other way.
Oh wait, Indy cheated.
Oh, what the?
Indy kicked Maxine. Maxine's not moving. Indy grabbing Ivy.
Oh, we got a heel turn from Indy here.
Indy got heelish.
Hey, she's embracing the way
instead of backslid into another dub.
Yeah. But yeah, she's embracing the way instead of just, I'm going to be this clueless gazelle out here.
Right. So Indy and Candice get the win over Ivy and Maxine. Indy showing a heel. So now we got a heel tag team in the Poison Pixie. I don't know what Indy's nickname is.
That's fine, but I kind of like it. Like, I could see heel Indy works a lot better than babyface, again, clueless giraffe out here of just, newborn giraffe out here of where's my legs type of shit.
Right. That charlatan. Yeah.
That Jezebel.
2-1. Absolutely. As we are getting some social media pics, Damian Priest went and saw the horrible Yankees who are in Toronto this weekend, I believe, or this week. Kick off this week. 2-1. Where's play?
This is a really good. Sorry, this is there. I just realized the video package they're doing. They're going back to 2019 and showing when Damian Priest, aka Punishment Martinez, for any hardcore Ring of Honor fans, showed up at the Performance Center, and really how he's evolved with all of this. Like, you got to give the man credit of he really kind of has like at least earned it, even at least a run.
Yeah. No, I mean, all of a fan of him then, a fan of him now. His transformation's been outstanding. I saw him on the bump today, and he's outstanding. I was a big advocate for this successful cash in, and again, I think it turned out better than I even anticipated. But I like him having a bit of a run here. Keep Drew busy with CM Punk for a couple months. Let Drew hold this belt, or let Damian hold this belt for a hot minute, and he's earned it. I mean, we saw what he did in Puerto Rico, putting Bad Bunny over. He's worked hard. He's been good. They've come so far from just being the lackey of Edge. Adam Cole.
That's the crazy part is we think about it. We had Rhea who vacated the title tonight. And now we have Damian who's a world title, and those are the two founding members of Judgment Day that started as the left and right hand of one Adam Copeland. So to go from there to here,
absolutely.
I know.
What if Priest?
Sorry. I was just gonna say, I know I wasn't the biggest fan of the cash in, but the way that they did it, I'll give them all the kudos in the world. They made a liar out of me, like the Bucks tried to do with Punk. But 100%, that was the best way you could have done that.
So you're saying they didn't?
I said you're right. Okay, there. I said it out loud.
I would have that. I will never. I was just verifying that you were saying that a cash in can happen late in the contract.
I never denied it. I am not a cash in denier. I'm not a flat earther or anything like that. I am not a flat casher. No, I'm one of those of just I worried that he wasn't going to be successful, and that's like I said. I'll admit you're right. That was the best way they could have done that, and it works and extrapolates well beyond just that moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And we got the Judgment Day in the back, but this one's for you.
You are Junior Arsenal. If you know, you know. I've said it too much already, but yeah, you can have that.
What's the word on Brock? Mixed reports on Brock, actually. He's coming
Brock's
or
doing
going,
Brock's
whatever they
things.
decide. What?
I said Brock's doing Brock things, and I think everyone's too scared to try and figure out what Brock things exactly are.
It's very hard to get access to Brock on his compound in Saskatchewan.
Yeah. You end up like one of them moose up on the wall there.
He ain't playing around. But some reports are they're working on him coming back. Other reports are he's not coming back. I don't know. We'll find out with you guys, I think.
Yeah, and I know we've talked about it, it's been speculated and everything. I still think it would be a little weird, a little soon if we brought him as we're getting.
A little that okay. Okay. They're playing with us right now a little bit here on the show.
Pause. Explain.
Well, Damian being hard on the crew, like I'm the leader, and kind of giving. Oh, we got Andrade. There we go. But you see that like that evil grin from Finn. Damian throws out like we good brother, and Finn just kind of grins. Yeah, we're good. Of course, we're good. Of course. So Finn taking on Jay's got implications tonight for sure.
Oh, absolutely. As I've got Andrade El Idolo, the unforgotten fumble of AEW.
Yeah, again, it's nice to see him back in this fold. I think we're going to see a steady flow of athletes coming back this way. So I like what they're doing with Andrade. Nothing over the top, work in the middle, but relevant. And it's
babyface though. Babyface. Do we get another surprise heel turn here or anything like that?
Eventually, yeah. Do they do it now? I don't know, but he's better as a heel. I still think he needs a heater. He needs his Zelina back.
But again, is he just he is with Zelina because remember he sat there and turned. He's babyface Laveau, so it is. We've got a little bit of that Spider-Man meme of he can look at Escobar and Elektra and just say, "You are me, I am you." What the fuck are you? What's going on here?
What's the chance we get Finn and Damian for the World Championship? I'm in, especially with the storyline they're building. It could happen, ain't it?
Hey, well, see, you're in old Canada, so the A is coming out there.
A little bit.
It's interesting. We know already kind of the landscape and everything for Cody Rhodes as a champion.
Yeah.
We have no idea of the true landscape for Damian as a champion because Drew's tied up with Punk, Seth's on the sidelines. So Jay's probably going to end up involved with Jimmy. So who's the front runner to challenge Damian here?
Who would be the front runner? Yeah, I think, if Drew's preoccupied, you have to figure it out. I think, why not Finn? Why not have this continue? I think that works extremely well.
Are you surprised though that Drew's not just back? You beat me in 5 seconds. I want my goddamn rematch. I was a champion. I get my rematch clause. You son of a bitch.
Well, and all we know right now from Drew is what he said last week. Tonight he just kicked the TV. So we'll see. Drew will definitely have that conversation, but I think he has an annoying little gnat flying around his head right now that he needs to swat first.
Right, Paul.
Is this true?
I cannot confirm nor deny. Nor do I care. Respectfully,
no. I saw a picture with them at a pool, selfie. But I know.
For those who don't know, I guess, or unfamiliar with being around people of the opposite gender and everything, you can take a picture with somebody or have friends or somebody like that, and it doesn't mean you're together. Just saying.
It's true.
Right.
Since Montreal is a hostile environment, there's going to be a strong, loud boos for Dominik Mysterio. There's strong, loud boos for Dominik Mysterio everywhere he goes.
Yeah, but you might get trash thrown and everything. You might get croissants thrown.
There you go.
The stale Tim Hortons thrown at this man. He's gonna get a croissant donut thrown at his head and everything.
Croissant donut, yummy. The belts are on WWE Shop already. The Eagles are cool on it. I believe they're. Yeah, no, they look really cool. They really do. I hope we don't see Finn Balor leave WWE. I want him to be a lifer. Finn's one that I'm curious about, Nick. Finn, to me, could go to AEW.
Yes, and I'm twofold with this whole comment and everything because of the I want him to be a WWE lifer thing. I think is to me it's a little odd of a statement and everything like that because I feel like if the other options out there might have their shit a little bit more together, it might be more of a considerable. You'd like to see that swap back and forth and everything like that. But yeah, him and AEW would be interesting. I mean, shit, him versus Ospreay, him versus Danielson, but Danielson's in the last run. So it'd be he almost might show up a day late and a dollar short. And it's again, AEW doesn't have the best track records of here's a new talent. How have they gotten much over and everything? Like when's the last time Bounty Keith was doing some shit that was relevant?
Right, that's the thing. They just take the paycheck and then they just hang out.
Well, no, and I don't think it's on the talent. I think it's on how they're booked.
100%, 100%. Like, and I'm sure people tell their. Oh yeah, go. We got Chad.
Go. Finish. Go ahead.
We got Chad in the ring earlier tonight with the Creed brothers. Maybe that's the heel faction right there.
I mean, it's it reminds me of a little mini Kurt Angle with
mini Kurt Angle.
With the world's greatest tag team here. But sorry, you were saying about how I said about it's not on the talent, it's not on the book.
Well, the people talk like talent talk to each other, and they could say, "Listen, sign here. Tony will give you money. You work once in a blue moon. You can go do all your indie shows, but you got a steady check coming in. It's nice. He's like wrestling insurance. Like it's crazy,
shit.
Right?
Not a bad explanation though.
Like shit. Tell me, people aren't saying that out there. Of like. Oh, dude, like I can barely wrestle. Like my best years were a decade ago. Don't worry, Tony will give you money. You don't do it very often. Then you
has anyone that's worked for Tony Khan said anything beyond like that? He's just a nice guy, like not that he's it's a nice guy and we're an upstart. It's not he's he knows what he's doing or he's super committed. It's just he's a nice guy and he tries really hard. Yeah, and that's still valid, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Every once in a while, Danielson will kind of publicly fillet Tony about what a genius he is. And then FTR, remember when FTR changed music and that made their career? Thank God for the geniuses, Tony Khan, that changed our music so we could get over again. What?
Oh, you're going to trigger.
Do y'all know?
You're going to trigger me back to the whole thing of like, well, you guys are supposed to be one of the best tag teams out there fucking doing it. Like, so.
They were.
Well, that's the thing is you have the talent, you have all of this, you say all these nice things, you say all these wonderful things of we're competing with this and we care so much about wrestling. We're all pro wrestling fans. So why are people tuning out? And any statistical way you want to look at it, you want to debate that? Cool. Well, that's other stat backs it up. Okay, you want to debate that one too? That stat backs it up. And on multiple levels, on multiple avenues, it's got holes in them ships, and we're just trying to help you find them plugs to fill it up there, TK.
Right. Andrade is going to destroy Dom. Andrade is probably going to win, but we don't know what kind of shenanigans are at play here.
Right.
But I think the Judgment Day is going to lose this one. The Judgment Day is going to lose the Balor match to Jay, and we're just going to keep turning that screw there. Pause.
Mm-hmm. Well, is it still just interesting of how much Dom has kind of come into his own throughout his run as kind of Ray's tag team partner, his son?
Oh, he's come miles, and again, I don't think he gets enough credit because he did. We saw how like he was going nowhere, and then Rhea Ripley dragged him around by his waistband, and all of a sudden he was over like shit. So, I mean, a lot of credit to her, but he had to own that character. When he went to prison, quote unquote, and then he came out and he had the whole Harden gimmick, it worked. And he got himself over. And I think his wrestling is, he's doing fine. Like
his in-ring, I would say, has gotten better.
Yes, for sure. Not the flashiest kid yet, but
definitely. But Nito is the flash and everything. He does a really good job of selling everything. He works really well at getting the baby face that he's going against over. Like Andrade, not saying he won't, but Andrade's going to look like $1 million out here.
Yeah, 100%. Like he has to do that work. And it again, I think the payoff, and we saw it with Ray, is eventually the baby face has to catch the heel and get his comeuppance, or
Right.
you didn't get where you were going with the
Oh,
story.
we're getting the
So
two amigos, and
no,
now we're getting the three amigos. We had to get the reverse. Now Ray's gonna go into it.
there we go.
Michael Cole mentioned in the match for the custody of Dom, because
Oh
I was
yeah,
like,
right.
well, we're getting the Eddie tribute here. I saw somebody ask Ray, and he's like, I almost wish I didn't fight for that fucker's guy.
Yeah, I saw that. That killed me. I wish I didn't fight for the belt. I wish I would have just given it to him.
Well, right, you can have that.
JD on the apron, and down goes Andrade on the cojones.
Right, on the huevos. Interesting side note. I can't fully confirm it, as we had an advertisement for Speed in the corner there from
Yes.
WWE, that Pete Dunne's been kind of Asianing most of the matches for Speed.
Yeah. Little surprised with that, but good for him. I mean, that's excellent. Again, to have a transition plan, not a bad idea.
Well, and we've seen even your guy, Bobby Roode, who you're still hoping for that one glorious,
Oh,
but
come on.
him, he's been a huge agent backstage lately.
Tyson,
Jason
yeah,
Jordan,
yeah,
pretty much did, I think, both main events for Mania, or at least the big main event.
yeah,
Like you were saying, Tyson Kidd's huge
yeah.
when it comes to the women's division.
Yeah,
He's like I dare say a modern like Fit Finley, how we always heard the stories of
yeah.
Fit Finley Asianing the matches for women.
Dom is also seem to be a safe worker where you don't have to worry about him accidentally hurting you because he screwed up. Oh, it's safe. And again, his style's not over the top, right? So you're not, I mean, he's working matches with Punk on house shows before Punk got injured.
That was the first match he had back.
Yeah, great warm-up matches, kind of getting the swing of things. And yeah, I mean, he does a 619. Sometimes he comes off the top, but he's definitely safe. And it definitely allows him, like you said, people love watching the heel get his ass whooped. So he's good at it.
Absolutely. Well, and we've noticed that WWE's very much gotten more on their kind of safety protocol of like we saw it with Austin Theory and Carmelo. If they see anything that looks like it could be a concussion in the ring or anything like that, fuck it, just call it. We'll run it back or whatever. It ain't worth that.
Yeah, absolutely. What women's tournament will be like? We don't know if we're getting a tournament yet. The assumption is we're getting a tournament, but nothing has been announced.
Why say a lot words when less words do say more?
Fill in the blanks, Kate.
Right. We got the message, but we had to read between the lines to get it there.
Right. New Raw set's been fire. I like the smaller sets. I'm okay with it. I mean, and we talked about this earlier, Nick. If you're going to jam pack the people in the building, let's do it.
And it doesn't. It kind of give that vibe of like we grew up in the Attitude Era and everything, to where you had, the Raws where you had kind of the smaller stage setup. You had just maybe the one big Titantron, and that was about it, with maybe some side shit, because the crowd was packed in there. And that's the thing, is especially when you can show that a crowd's packed in there, those big, huge, wide spin out shots and everything.
Absolutely.
It makes it feel like a huge event.
For sure. And I don't mind it. I mean, it's clean, it's simple, it's not like it's not a big giant fist, which, by the way, get your fist. Yeah, I mean, it's simple, it's nice. And again, when the idea is pack the building, I'd rather have more fans that can light up the building and have the energy. Montreal's been pretty good tonight. We talked about it, through WrestleMania, and smaller stage works for me, man.
Yeah, I'd rather, even especially if I was going to put my hard money down to watch a show, I'd rather know that I've probably got a better chance of having a good viewing seat and everything like that than I get to sit there and pay extra money to go and watch it on a bigger screen.
Right. I'm with you. Dom, going to get clubbed with a 10-day-old baguette.
Je suis un tabernacle.
Dom looks more like Eddie than Ray anyway. Facts.
It's the mullet.
The mustache is a nice additional touch recently.
The little kind of goatee-ish.
Right. Stuff. While we wait for commercial, who thinks Chris Jericho is going to turn heel and betray Hook? That is one of the most obvious, poorly written, put together.
Second question, who cares?
What?
I said second question, who cares?
Yeah, then let's add it up to like nobody gives a shit.
Well, and then it's one of those, like you were saying, one of those of the painting's been been on the wall since the get up with this. Literally, Hook was even telling you it's gonna happen.
Right? Like, it's so dumb. The acting's been bad. The betrayal of what they're trying to achieve has been all bet. Shut up, Jericho. That's not part of your vernacular. Get out of here. You're killing me, Smalls.
Why, hello, fellow youths. Shout out Steve Buscemi. But yeah, he is the goddamn Count Dracula, the vampire of momentum in pro wrestling.
Dom moves out of the split leg moonsault. But
crashes and nobody there, but sorry.
But we went all those years as heel Jericho with Judas bumping at full notch every time we saw this motherfucker. Then he joins Hook, and he's been babyfacious as of late. Almost said fascist, which Jericho, yeah, we're good. But nonetheless,
not the 6, you're good.
He's the Lionheart, no Judas. Now he's going to turn on Hook. We're going to get Judas back, aren't we? As a heel. Like what?
Could you now, if you wanted to make sense of this as Dom's going for the Canadian Destroyer on the apron as they were teasing the transition on the pile driver, but Canadian Destroyer on Andrade on the outs on the ring apron.
Yeah.
God
Canadian
damn.
Destroyer. Hellacious.
1, 2 go.
Woo.
If you wanted to make sense though of the Hook Jericho thing, Hook turns on Jericho. And if anything, sends Jericho off into that sweet good night because he can taps him out and he destroys him and everything. Now, granted, there's also the underlying thing that Hook has allegedly, potentially, it's been out there of he wants to test free agency. I like how we're getting to like the NFL, the NHL, we're testing free agency.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that you might invest in this kid and he might not stay there.
Yeah. And I forgot about this. On Wednesday, Taz is going to participate or mediate the meeting between Jericho and his son. Oh! Woohoo!
1, 2, 3 as Andrade gets the win.
That finish was emphatic. That was gorgeous.
Oh, as instantly McFunko Pop jumps him here.
Parkour.
Get ready to hardcore parkour. I missed the actual finishing move, but I caught the pen.
Dude, it was gorgeous, especially because it was like Dom not being the biggest of guys. Like, it just, what a finish.
He's
Ricochet.
Hey, our favorite fighting Irishman, Ricochet.
Oh, I want Andrade versus Ricochet.
I just want Ricochet.
Pause.
Just call me Samantha Irvine. I just want Ricochet.
3-1, 4-0, 4-0, 3-1.
Oh, Andrade's not sure if. Oh, I was going to say it looked like he wasn't sure if he wanted to shake hands here.
I feel
didn't Andrade come back? We saw it last week to where he's got kind of the new finisher of give me a goddamn replay, but yeah, to where it's a little bit like the Hammerlock DDT meets the Crossroads.
Yeah, he kind of throws it into that headlock, and then it's that spinning neck breaker. It looked wicked on Dom. Ricochet for the save. Oh, we're getting the Tribal Chief. Or no, the new Tribal Chief.
We're getting Men's Warehouse. Now, who out here is trying to suit up Solo Sikoa? I don't think this man is fitting in.
We were lucky to get boots on him, bro. Are you kidding?
Yeah, this man just put on shoes last week.
Right? We'll work on slacks next month. Patient.
The only one out here that should be sponsored by Men's Warehouse is if we had Roman and especially Paul Heyman out here.
Mm-hmm. So what do you make of Tama Tonga saying buy orders of the Tribal Chief?
Solo's the new Tribal Chief.
Or is there someone else pulling the strings?
No, he's out there performing on stage of what can I say except you're welcome. I mean, it'd be really interesting. It could lead to that. That's a very viable option. I think if I'm looking at it right now of what I can pay off and what I can build in the next 2 to 3 months, Solo is, the Simba of this shit. He's the new tribal chief, and he's going to establish his own bloodline. And it's interesting that he turned on his own brother, though, a little bit. But it is out with the old, in with the new. But winning matters. But Solo's like 0-35, but you can have that.
Was this the most impactful bloodline segment sans Roman?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, then again, most big bloodline segments.
That's what I mean.
I think this is the most impactful since you had the Jay turn on Jimmy.
That's what I mean. We've had a few, we've had our share of segments, but we got Jay in the back. I wonder if they ask him about it.
I feel like they have to, as we've got all the I'm not going to mention all them trophies that they got back there or anything.
They're setting it. They're laying seeds, folks. I like it. I like it, Nick. Tama Tonga.
You're going down a deep, dark, dangerous road. Huh? As far as Jimmy goes, man, I told him to come with me.
Right? He's still his brother. We might fight, but you're still my brother.
Yeah, but so is your brother too, goddamn.
I know. Yeah, I know. But that's the evil brother. We fight against the evil brother.
Fair enough, but anyone else just noticed that Jay's out here with the rocking the gold tooth like Roscoe P. Jenkins and shit?
I thought it was gum.
No, he just got it's the fucking, it's the wrapping paper from the tag team championships and everything that they pressed on the belts. But yeah, no, he's out there with the gold tooth.
By order of Peaky Blinders.
Yeah, sure.
Sami hitting Roman at Royal Rumble to leave Bloodline. But Roman was involved at that one. I said without Roman, Scott.
I really think that as we're in a commercial break, I really like this idea that we've talked about for the longest time of now we get this, Samoan Civil War. We get, the old bloodline versus the new bloodline. We're getting, NWO Black and White versus NWO Wolfpack here. And I really even like your idea of if Sami somehow gets involved. Sammy's your Seth Rollins. He's your Shield.
Right? Like, seriously, they're like, we need one more. And that music hits, and everybody knows it's like the family's back together. I think it would be a huge pop.
And it is the biggest way and the easiest way that especially a guy like Roman, who was the tribal chief and kind of was tiptoeing that line of like a Rhea of heel babyface, you instantly make him the babyface of, the prodigal son has come back to reclaim his throne. They're going to make Solo fucking Scar out here of, long live the tribal chief.
See, now the interesting part of all this is, where does The Rock fit into the storyline?
Hawaii. Sorry. That's a very valid question. That's, again, I think that's another layer you can add down the road.
But
because
is The Rock potentially pulling the strings of the new blood?
It'd be interesting as to how it continues on and why he's the one pulling the strings.
Because it sets up Rock and Roman straight up.
Well, no, I get that. I get the end result. I'm saying, what's the causation of? Is it because Roman lost? Is it because Roman speared him? Anything like that? Well, I'm spelling it out, but that's why I was asking.
Yes.
But yeah, and I think though you really set up Roman to be. Either way, you get Roman to spin this as a babyface. You get the brothers reunited again. You get all of the feel-good moments, and you also get to really build up Solo. You get to introduce all of the, newish members, which I know people are already up in arms. He's Tongan, not Samoan. He's not related to them. Yeah, but remember, tag team, Rikishi and May. You can have
we're good. Yeah, remember, Yokozuna was not Japanese, folks. That's okay.
It'll happen. It'll happen.
Let's be real. But no, I mean, again, I love the idea, and I feel like it's like the whole, do we have a problem here? Like, all right, we had Tonga. Okay, now Jay's back in the mix. All right, now we got, fucking the Samoan Wolf, where he's in the mix. All right, now we got fucking Sami. Like, I like the one-upmanship all the way back to the top.
This ain't a scene, it's a goddamn
Right?
race. But
It's curious.
does that overshadow the world title? Just a little bit of the
Oh, it
question.
does. That's just, again, if you have a secondary storyline outside of the world title and Cody, absolutely. I mean,
Yeah, but wouldn't that one be pretty fucking cool though? Like, don't you really kind of really want to pay attention to that? Like, that's really kind of goddamn cool to do.
Absolutely. Right? But to me, that would be like when, I don't know, pick some of the middle card feuds, like a DX and a Nation, when they were going hard in the paint. Like, I like having really strong secondary stories, so I love it. Like, I mean, I'm not shying away from the world champion can have his rivalries. And I don't know that you yank Cody into this, but we are back from commercial break, folks.
Right? As well, I was going to segue and say people might be yanking here, but you can have that. As we've got Chelsea Green and Piper Niven coming out right now.
That we do. Happy to see Piper back in the mix. Sir Nicholas the Nasty.
Wait, what? Who's a what now?
That's what
are you saying about me? What defamation are you committing out there?
See, I didn't even put 2 to 2. I just repeated Cole so fast. Saint Nicholas the Nasty. Can I put that on a shirt?
No, you cannot. You do not have my approval. No, way in hell.
Come on.
I don't even want to know how or why that got brought up. But yeah, we've got Chelsea Green and Piper Niven out here.
Wait, what?
What now?
I'm trying to follow everything. Oh, here come the EDM girls.
Yeah.
That's my cue.
Chance and Carter. Yeah, the strobe lights are too much for KJ. KJ's going to take a pause for the cause here. We're getting Caden Carter and Katana Chance taking on Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. So let us know who you're taking. And it's surprising that this at one point was a women's tag team title match, and now it's just kind of a match.
We're running it back. But speaking of running it back.
Right. He's running way back. But let us know, folks, who you're taking for this match. I think this has got to be Chelsea and Piper Niven. I really, as far as when it comes to like a women's tag team division and everything, and especially if we're going to do this potential idea that's been thrown around of, Bianca and Jade, and they kind of stay as a tag team. You give me Chelsea and Piper versus, Bianca and Jade, and you could make it work. I think you could make that a big match, actually. Chelsea's done great work. Piper's really kind of found herself. Yeah, let us know who you're taking here, folks. Keg Stand Sorority for the win. Party Twins for the win. Party Twins for the win. Are they the not so private party? I can't even say unprivate party. The Torque Sisters going with them. There you go. Got Chance and Carter for the win. Geez, everybody going out here for Chance and Connor here. Piper Chelsea for the win. I know it makes sense to have Tama with Solo, but I was surprised we didn't get Tama with the OC. That is a very valid point and a very interesting, sentiment. I kind of thought about maybe if they had done that, we had talked about it, I think, even before Sean Spears showed up as the chairman with all the creepy writing and everything. We thought it could have been Tama, and that's why you tie them into the Good Brothers, what have you. But yeah, I mean, it's really interesting. I think, you couldn't have gone wrong with either, but I think you chose the better of the two options here as double team, double knee, double kick. In the corner from Kane Carter and Katana Chance onto Chelsea Green here. I want Piper Niven to turn on Chelsea Green. I feel like am I misremembering that? I feel like we almost had that for a hot second and then didn't. Oh, as now we're getting the chest slap spot here. I guess I'll take this, overly long spot here to remind everybody that we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We do this for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. Be a friend, tell a friend. We are back at it like a jackrabbit tomorrow for Tuesday night NXT. We got Carmelo Hayes versus Trick Williams in a steel cage match. Then Wednesday, we got Ospreay versus Cesaro. We've got the go-home show for Dynasty. Thursday, the TNA Impact. We've got the go-home show for Rebellion. Friday, we got SmackDown, Rampage, all of that. Be a friend, tell a friend. Absolutely nobody else out there covers more live pro wrestling than we do. And again, we'll be here for Rebellion, Dynasty, all them pay-per-views. And we still got plenty of tricks up our sleeves here. Speaking of tricks, not trips. Stupid rabbit. Trips are for kids. But as Chelsea Green and Piper Niven pick up the win here. Back at it like a jackrabbit. Absolutely, my guy. Mega, damn. Wow. I'm not surprised. 100%. I think that very much, if you're going to actually really build a women's tag team division, again, this is a match between two former champions. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven were probably arguably your best, especially recent women's tag team champions. So 100% I think they win. They need a win. You need to start booking actual contenders and competitors and stories and everything in this division. As up next, we're going to get the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. And now, as I'm in commercial break, and I know I already did our pitch for everything, but we got all the, the buttons below, all the, gizmos and gadgets, all the bibbles and bobbles, so you can click everything. But how are we feeling that we don't have really a new WWE championship? We had kind of thought we were going to get it. Everybody talked about the winged eagle or anything. And instead, we pretty much just got Roman's belt. I know the belt I liked versus the World Heavyweight title, but we've got that belt still, just with different side plates. Are we disappointed? Were we expecting a different world title? And if so, what, I guess, past championship or anything did you have envisioning the new WWE championship? 3-2, 4-1, 4-1, 4-1. Excuse me. Richard saying the tag division does need more time to showcase their skills. Giving the women 2 minutes does nothing to get them over. I don't think that was 2 minutes at all. It might have felt like 2 minutes, or might have also felt like 20 minutes, but I don't think it was, I agree with a bit of your point of they need a bit more time, but you also need to, I think, actually kind of build through this. You need to develop it a little bit. And yeah, I don't think that was super short. I think, yeah, it's that tiptoe there a little. Ridge saying Hell in a Cell, Roman's bloodline versus Rock's. It would be Rock see Roman unfit to lead the family. Roman says he's the only one I've ever cared about the family. Interessante. How do you feel, sir?
I feel wonderful.
That sounded provocative. No one knows what it means, but it gets the people going. It gets the KJ going.
Roman versus Rock, I could see it. The Roman unfit to lead. Yeah, I think it's that power play. And we saw some of the ego rushing, kind of brushing against each other in the build up to Mania. Roman did hit that spear. Yeah, could it be the fact of like The Rock pulling the ultimate move of bringing in his own this is my bloodline now. You used to have a bloodline, but this is the new and improved bloodline, and I'm the tribal chief.
And this is gonna sound weird, so I'm gonna pause myself beforehand. Do the Rock and Roman touch before Mania? Do you not have them go a little bit like what we've seen in the past, go in Attitude Era a little bit here with like Austin and Triple H of like, if you touch each other or you get into an altercation, I'll throw the shit off or whatever. So then they kind of just go back and forth at each other. And especially if The Rock's away shooting movies, where maybe Roman wrestles a bit more and he just keeps calling out Dwayne and show the fuck up. Where are you? I'm here. You ain't. See that, and you dig into that a little.
Roman showing up more, like to make that a thing. Like I don't know. I think they could definitely.
He'll show up more than Dwayne. I mean, some is more than none.
Yeah, I know, and a lot of us assume that it might be like The Rock versus Cody at SummerSlam. So maybe that begins it. Like Roman's jealous that Rock's trying to get his belt. Like I don't know.
Right.
Thank you, Geekbox, new member. Welcome to the 4 Lifeies. Be like beatbox.
Yeah, well, and especially, man, I'm gonna have to go. I guess we're gonna have to go and see if we're in this one. Of felt inspired from your shout out earlier. Rhea Ripley reactions are up. Also, hope that doesn't sound self-advertising.
Advertise away, sir. There you go.
Right, sharing is caring. As now we're literally getting a replay of this.
And I thought Andrade was supposed to be feuding with Santos. WrestleMania was a reset, sir. And maybe if he gets drafted to SmackDown, he might be.
Yeah, well, still interesting. Andrade looks like the guy that should be a heel. He looks like the bad guy. He's like Ilya. You don't ever trust that fucker because he looks like he's always going to be the bad guy.
There's an edge.
You're right. I've seen John Wick movies before. You're going to turn on me. You're going to kill my dog out here.
But yeah, we're going back to the opening of the show where Rhea Ripley did drop the belt and drop a security guard with her noodle.
Right.
I was expecting a different world title. Fair enough. Fair enough.
And Liv's already out here all fucking happy as can be. Did you see what I did?
Right.
Is this the end of your revenge?
Oh, everyone's mad at me. I don't know, man.
Confused.
No one cared when I got. This might be the digging into it.
Oh, cry me a river.
Let's go.
Cry me a river.
Let's go.
Rhea got exactly what she deserved. Scapegoat.
There you go. Everyone's mad at me backstage. Nobody likes me.
Yeah, you fucked up the meal ticket, my guy. Of course everyone's going to be mad. You fucked up the paycheck.
Right? And here comes your world champion, Cody Rhodes.
Adrenaline in my soul. Something, Cody Rhodes. Is it sacrilegious to wear a Senators jersey in Montreal? Which is worse, to wear one of those in Toronto or Montreal?
It's worse in Toronto.
Oh, you get jumped. It's like wearing red in Compton.
Right. No, they Montreal and Ottawa are close. There's a lot of overlap. And
same province, yeah.
Yeah, the further you go east in Canada, the more Montreal fans pop up.
Sorry, this popped me here. Speaking of popping things, pause. See money saying Liv 420 says, I just smoked your ass. Shit, let's see if we can beat down to the trademark. Come on, let's go.
Right, let's go. Hi, just speaking of that, just to say hi. Who hi to? I love the answer though.
I am you. You are me.
Right. Larry, most of us.
Exactly. Vitamins. We're on the vitamins. We're taking multivitamins, all the things.
What's up? What's up, Hagen? How you doing? How you doing? It's Cry River Roads. Cry me a Rhodes.
Every rose has its stone. Just like every Simone has a sad song.
Here we go. Roman versus Rock, WrestleMania 41. Last man standing is head of the table. Interesting.
You got to do it in Vegas then. Fuck off with Minnesota. Respectfully, nah, you can have that. You got to do that in Vegas.
To any of our fans from Minnesota. Sorry.
Scott, I apologize. I know you're from Minnesota.
Right.
I love you, but no, you can
Poor
have
guy.
that. You can watch it with us. Yeah. Start saving up now to go to Vegas.
I do like Vegas.
Could you imagine a WrestleMania though with the fucking slot machines and everything and Viva Las Vegas?
Let's do it.
Hey Trips, if you do it, you know where the fucking check needs to go to fucking.
Oh, interesting.
What now? What?
Up next is Jay versus Finn. So, I mean, do they mean post Cody?
Maybe.
Or okay, I imagine they mean post Cody. So after After Cody Rhodes, we're getting Jay versus Finn. We also have Sami and Gable in the main event.
On NXT, we have, post Marone and everything. We have Nost Malone, and now we're getting Posty Cody.
Posty Cody.
with that neck tattoo, he's got a post in him.
Right? What's with the star pin? Probably from his
daughter. That's like the anti-bullying thing.
Oh, okay. I have no idea.
Neither do I. As we're getting the big ole, ole, ole. Cody, 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 Cody.
I love him. Listen, I know I have my rivalry with the Montrealers, but man, they're a live crowd. It's one of the reasons I hate them.
They're a little wackadoo.
They're loud. They're loud. Every time they're in Montreal, it's loud. The Canadian
fans Canada like French Canada.
Right?
He's just kind of soaking in this moment, too. I mean, he's just out there just smirking.
Yeah. Listen, he doesn't have to say shit. When people question Cody Rhodes' overness, watch. Listen.
But is this also a wee bit of a safe haven?
What, Montreal for Cody?
Babyface, we want to cheer. We want to do things. We want to get excited. I know it's a stretch. I'm just trying to, present a counter.
I don't know.
I'm Logan Paul trying to punch against Mike Tyson with this, trying to present a counter argument out here. If I'm just waiting to get punched down the fucking main line here and just knocked out.
Right. Cody is amazing. Crowd is alive. Yeah, no, I don't think there's any hometown love for Cody Rhodes in Montreal. I think he's just super over. Fans love Cody.
I ain't going nowhere.
Cody's boring. I like it.
Yeah, no bias.
Main event Jey Uso for the win. I understand people are tired of Cody's promos. I don't think that's accurate. But what else do you have him do? The fans want to see him in his rivalry. But no, I think he does perfectly fine. And the crowd's losing their fucking mind the entire time. So, again, if he was sitting there and there was crickets, we'd have a different conversation. But his promos have been fine, and I thought they've managed it very well.
He is a little bit, just kind of has that politician-y, really good at the ad read type vibe a little bit. Like he's out here pitching towards backlash. So it's you got a tinge of that. You could see, though, where if they ever wanted to do it, how you could tweak it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. We saw it in AEW. Nobody wanted to hear that shit in AEW.
Right.
They're like, our attention span is not nearly long enough to listen to Cody Rhodes.
There. John putting you. Ooh, yeah, we had the same idea. John putting you and your country over, of saying Canadian live fans are the best.
I'm biased. I think the UK fans give us a nice run for our money, and we've seen some really good crowds. Puerto Rico was cooking. Listen, the US has been pretty good over the last little bit. I know we give them a hard time because sometimes they're a little too quiet for my taste. But, yeah, I mean, the UK fans are insane. They sing everything. Like a soccer game, like a football game.
Yeah. As well, Cody even getting over Seth Rollins. But, yeah, I hope everybody got their, real ID, their passport lined up here and everything, because I'm excited for coming up this year in WWE. We're going to have shows in France. We're going to have shows in Berlin. We're going to have shows over here. We're going to have shows over there and everything. So where we're going to really get, the whole scope of pro wrestling on a global level. Mercedes. What?
Right. Cody is the most over person in wrestling. I think he's fine. Yes, I'm with you, Boston. I have no issue with Cody. No one's booing it. No one's giving him sarcastic jeers. There's nothing. There's no Bronx cheer. There's none of it.
Right. There's not like the other people to where they get the CM Punk chants and everything.
This one's for you.
I can't wait to see Nick say it's the Terminator that is Dijak. Nick, yeah, he got that to say that early Dijak kicks off the show. So I guess, we're going back to the future as the Arnold, as the Terminator.
Well, what do you call the Terminator when he retires?
Why do I feel like you have a fucking super ass dad joke right now?
Oh, 100%. What do you call the Terminator when he retires? Exterminator.
Yeah.
Wait,
A polite golf clap. A polite golf clap. Hey, yeah, you need to do it. I'm going. He's the Riddick's man. Yeah. Have you seen the State Farm?
You're gonna bleed
Ooh.
with me. Sorry, we're talking about blood.
John Moxley,
right?
It's like word association. We should do that at one point. Word association
yeah, right.
to the wrestler. Blood. John Moxley. Thumbtacks. Abyss.
I'm down. Oh, he's talking about. See, maybe Cody's still a part of this bloodline story.
Well, it depends. I mean, he's got to be the SmackDown champion unless we're going to move Priest to SmackDown. Yeah. So,
but Cody's asking my question: who's the tribal chief now? We're getting some Edie.
Oh,
thank you, Luigi. Thank you. The dad joke of the night. There we go.
Right, punch. Our buddies at
Thank you for the dad joke, says Cody Rhodes. Yes.
Hey. What comes around is all around. I was going to say, we'll wait for the cease and desist order from our buddies at the DWO and everything like that.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, even Cody Rhodes said my dad joke was good. I don't want to hear anything about it.
Yeah, but does that make them Cody? Does that make them daddy crybabies? I was trying to.
Cody just made a joke. Yes. Oh,
I love, on a side note, how Pat McAfee, especially moving from SmackDown to Monday Night Raw, has just taken his reaction to Nakamura's entrance and Rick Boogs and just taking it to Jey Uso. I'm going to do the yeets instead of I'm going to be out there just playing the guitar.
Absolutely. Maybe Detroit sneaks into the play. Alexis, I mean, they kept their hopes alive by beating Toronto. They need 4 points out of 2 games. Who do you think? Oh, what?
No, I was starting to read it. So yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you're good.
We're so Canadian. Why do you guys think Cody doesn't?
And I'm American. Sorry. See, that shows you I'm American. I interrupted like a motherfucker.
Right, there you go. Started off Canadian, ended American. Very good.
Yeah.
On the shoulder or the waist, I mean, it was supposed to mean everything. Does he seem to carry it like it's not important? Oh, no. Wow, Ridge. That is some... No, I'm good.
I actually have an explanation because it reminds me of when he had the 10 pounds of gold and he had his whole feud with Nick Aldis and everything like that. It very much held it that same style of... I actually went back even when we had our little break there during the weekend and everything and kind of went back through like even Iron Claw and all that, like the Mid-South stuff. And that's how you even saw Harley Race. They'd hold a belt because it felt like a prestigious. You're carrying a trophy. You didn't wear it like a belt because you're carrying it because it's a trophy. It's a sign of what you've accomplished and everything. And like I said, Cody has a history of doing that. So and I think it's that homage to that old school wrestling.
I like it. I dig it. I hadn't put that much thought into it, but yeah, he never. I think Christian pointed out as well. Never has it around his waist, and that is actually a phenomenal breakdown of why.
Yeah, see, vitamins do wonders and terrible things at the same time. As we're getting the hug out.
A little bit of love between Jey and Cody. So, again, I mean, Cody's involvement with the Bloodline is always it will always kind of be a thing for Cody.
Hey, Jay's dope right here. I mean, goddamn. Jay, if you thought that this wasn't a sign that Jay, if you had any doubts about Jey Uso being a main event guy, and that main event Jey Uso was just a moniker that they gave to him, that's point proven right there.
Oh yeah, no, Jay's over. Jay's over, and anybody that doesn't think he is. And somebody earlier said Jay's not a great talker. I think Jay's great. Like I have no problem with Jay.
He's the better out of the two,
and Jimmy's good too.
Did you see the shit? I feel like that's such a dad. So you had the dad joke earlier. I feel like this is such a dad moment with you. Did you see the video to where he's yelling at his kid while he's in the corner during the middle of the match? Get off your fucking phone.
Get off your phone. Yeah, 100%, man. Trust me. Till we eat again.
Till we eat again.
Wait, no, we gotta have a laugh.
Yeah. As they just do even the synchronicity of, It's amazing how one drunken press conference and media scrum backstage just turned into the greatest catchphrase of Jey Uso's career.
Yeah, I agree. But it's interesting, like Cody saying, well, you're gonna run Raw, you're gonna win that belt, you're gonna it's interesting, right? Like, so Cody's on SmackDown. Are we foreboding? Are we foreshadowing how this is all gonna go?
But that's the thing, is do we have to get into that kind of, at least that positioning? Because you get in one of those weird situations as we are in commercial break to where you have like two champions drafted, like you have Sami and Logan Paul both drafted like Raw or something like that type of situation. I think you got to have those kind of markers to.
Can we time out on something real quick? I just got another commercial for the WWE Draft.
Yes,
there's something interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
We got blue, we got red, and then we
got NXT is involved in this. 100%.
Nobody has said anything yet, so I'm wondering, is that there for a reason? Yeah, like you said.
No, I think that's been all but confirmed, or at least very much strongly alleged to, of that NXT will be able to actually draft. It will have, draft capital. It'll be able to draft superstars from either brand to NXT. And I think, Natalia is probably one, is Baron Corbin one. Some of those people that we already seen that crossover that they just, it'd be the crossover already, but you kind of using those draft picks to solidify it. Like the Final Testament, they just showed up last week. Do they get drafted as a group?
Maybe. You're not wrong. And the only hesitation, I was curious how they would present it. Because for me, if it's straight up like, okay, Raw picks, then SmackDown picks, now NXT picks, well, okay, we take AJ Styles, we take
exactly.
Why did you just draft the Final Testament and not Kevin Owens? What are we doing? But
then again, even because that's the thing, is can you do it to where like they did it before, to where you've got to win a match to earn a draft pick or anything like that. But even then, that's a little worse. Could it be that there's pools, that there's a pool that NXT can draft from?
Maybe.
That'd be the only way I think you could safeguard it.
Yeah. Treat it like an expansion draft. Each GM can protect, a handful of people.
Protected players.
Protected players. You can't draft these ones. You can draft the other ones.
Because even then, like, okay, so Raw drafts Damian, SmackDown drafts Cody, and NXT drafts Roman. All right, so you have
right. That's where it becomes. And again, this draft is very interesting because Cody, you would imagine, number one pick, but could someone draft Roman? Will The Rock get drafted? Is he involved? Does he count? Can the bloodline be split up? Now, probably not, but do they all end up on Raw? Like, it's
the parameters and everything is going to be interesting. Of like, is Damian specifically on Raw? Is Cody specifically on SmackDown? So they're not in the pool. So then now you have another draft pick, what have you, because it's kind of like the Chicago Bears out there. They're going to pick Caleb Williams. We all know this. If it's kind of one of those of just get the fucking pick out the way, then
can we just hurry up?
Oh, right. Can we get to the actual things that matter here versus the foregone conclusion?
Yeah, no shit.
Scott, a man after your own anger. The belly button has been drafted to the blue brand.
Yeah, right. Come on now. The navel is in charge. Let's go.
You're going to get full Ryu with the first at the pick, podium and everything like that.
With the first pick, me, Ava Reigns drafts my dad, The Rock.
Right. My daddy.
Nia.
Put the hair down, girl. Okay, interesting take here. Of they asked Nia about Rhea and she laid it out of the two sides and then just said, I don't care. Well, then why did you know the two sides? But That's neither here nor there, I guess.
Neither here nor there. Well, I mean, she's got to be a front runner to step in here now.
Yeah, well, that's going to be the interesting thing of it. Really does kind of become an up in the air situation because it's like if Roman had to vacate the belt versus he lost it to Cody to a minor extent, because I mean, if you feel Cody would be the front runner, but it's one of those of it's a little up in the air of Nia could be there, Becky could be there, Liv could be there, etc.
Fair enough. Is Jey Uso in the ring waiting for Finn Balor, who's basically told by Damian Priest tonight to figure this shit out and don't disappoint. So we'll see what happens, but I don't. Oh, Finn from behind.
Oh,
Finn. Nia look good. Let's go, Nia.
has big moves actually for Finn out here.
I am predicting Bianca and Jay get drafted to Raw.
What about Naomi?
I don't think we're going to break up that threesome right now.
No, never break up a threesome. Pause. But yeah, those three together, I think that's going to be. I think that there's going to not be a couple huge transitions. Like you're going to see some probably more minor stuff. You're not going to, I think, see major switches. I feel.
No.
Well, what major switch could you see? Like
through the draft?
Yeah.
I think they'll throw some curveballs. They'll throw a couple curveballs at us for sure that we don't see coming that would have some impact. Maybe a Sami to SmackDown. I wonder.
But then you got Logan to Raw. Then you have to do that.
You can switch Logan. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think there's potential in. Again, could Jay get drafted back to SmackDown? Because they know where that storyline's going.
Does SmackDown become the Bloodline storyline? So, like you said there, if you switch Sami to SmackDown, and that leads you to get there, and he's got Kevin Owens there.
Everyone else gets drafted out. And next week, the week after the draft, we get Samoan SmackDown.
Right.
Right. We do need Prince Finn or Demon Finn back. Well, yeah.
No, we just need booked seriously, like booked to go over Finn back. Of little bit of momentum behind Finn. I don't think we need Demon Finn or anything, because Demon Finn was great until he lost, and then all of the mystique instantly just runs away.
Yeah, well, yeah, we've had that kind of botch now under Triple H. You hope you wouldn't get such, malarkey.
You would need something that would call for that situation to come out, type of thing.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
It'd be like if Taker was still going. You would need something.
Demon Finn versus Damian works for me, though.
Yeah, but I would think you need a runway to get there. Need situations and everything. That's what I'm saying. Of like, you maybe don't need a stipulation for the match. You just need Demon Finn versus Damian type thing.
Oh, big drop kick. Finn. Jay out to the floor. I think damage control gets separated. I'd highly recommend against that. Those four ladies are money together.
Yeah.
Could you see Jacob Fatu included in the draft? Interesting.
Ooh.
Could you imagine?
Drafting people that aren't, you didn't know. I didn't even know he was eligible.
By orders of the tribal chief, SmackDown has drafted Jacob Fatu.
Oh, shit. Or, well, no, could you even do it of, say, they've drafted Solo and Tama, and then Heyman's got to use his, legalese, and it also includes ... and that's when you mention Jacob Fatu. And holy either way it works, but
yeah, I kind of like the surprise pop-up a little bit better. What if MJF get drafted? That'd be the best shit ever. That'd be the best shit ever.
I will make it through pick 2 then, I can tell you that.
Dude, I would just Tom Tony at home watching Raw, like, I wonder what these fuckers are gonna do.
Yeah, who gets the life alert faster, me or Tony Khan? If MJF shows up on the draft there.
Alexa Bliss in the draft, potentially. She's on the roster, so she would be included.
But if they're going to be involved in the whole Wyatt situation that we were talking about and everything, do we kind of exclude them, forget about them again?
Yeah.
You forgot about us. You didn't want us.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that ties in completely. I like that a lot, Nick.
Right.
He failed at that. Context?
I fail at a lot of things. Most of the time, it's the English language.
Right. I think we'll see Roxy and Ilya drafted. I think Ilya's a lock. Roxanne pretty close, if not soon. We know Braun, Carmelo. I mean, I feel like this is Carmelo's, farewell match tomorrow. So
how do you feel though if you're Nick Aldis and you just signed Jade and Braun and Carmelo and everything, and they turn around and you could lose them in the draft? Like, motherfucker.
Like, you can't keep them all.
I just paid you all this money.
Yeah, and I know people had pointed that out, right? Of like, they just signed, and I'm like, well, all right. I mean, maybe new signees are protected. I don't know. Now we're stretching, but I think it's. I always like the draft, and I know we criticized it, and I'm a horrible, horrible Mark who just defends it. I hope they do the draft and they do it right.
Everyone's a sucker for any draft. Any sort of sports fan is always a sucker for it. Whether you're doing fantasy football, Christ, we've got the NFL draft coming up. We've got the WWE draft coming up. Mm-hmm. You're always a sucker for it because everybody likes to play fucking GM and everybody likes to play roster builder and everything like that.
Absolutely.
So 100%. But I do like this of who's someone that you think will be drafted to NXT?
Mm-hmm. Drafted to NXT.
I think there's an obvious choice.
Ivar.
Valid. I was going to say Natalia. I think both are pretty obvious choices.
Yeah,
I think
around.
Well, I think the Final Testament. How do we feel? Do they stay on a main roster? Do they get drafted to NXT?
I don't mind them going to NXT for a while and kind of finding something.
Does Cross just have numb flashbacks of I'm back in NXT?
Maybe, but that was him at his best. Maybe he just needs to go down there. Let people forget about him for a little while and then reemerge with a little more holy shit.
Be the spooky dominant faction, and especially if you get the Wyatt family, the Wyndham family, and everything that shows up on the main roster. Yeah. Now you have that differentiation. You have that space between the two.
Omos to NXT is an interesting one. Cameron Grimes drafted back, maybe. We saw Cameron not doing much.
Oh, Odyssey Jones, is he still on the roster?
Still a wrestler?
Is he still there? Omos to NXT wouldn't be a bad shout. I mean, I even talked about it of say if you did Oba and Omos, and even if you added Apollo, you get back to the Nigerian nightmares.
Yeah, Apollo's I like the idea. You're not wrong because Apollo's been up and down and up and down and up. He couldn't find it. Down, he couldn't find it. I mean, pause on all of it, but
left, right, none of that.
None of it worked. Into Sheer, I mean, they've been up and down as well. I think they're good enough to be a main roster tag team.
Well, and I think the issue with the tag team division was when everything was united, it really kind of closed down it of so now if you got like an Awesome Truth versus Into Sheer, I'm surprised they weren't involved or anything like that. That to me wouldn't be a bad shout or anything.
That's not a bad, if that was a little program going into a pay-per-view, win or lose, I mean, it would still really, give a heel chase to a babyface team.
Yeah, now that you've split the divisions, you've got to add depth here as we do have Finn and Jay still going at it here as Finn right now in control.
Just gets a 2 count. Zion Quinn did get drafted last year as well. We've seen him once.
I know that guy. I know that name.
I thought the Usos weren't allowed in Canada.
Ringblade.
Past tense.
Who's your what now?
I thought the Usos weren't allowed in Canada. Once upon a time they weren't. I'm wondering if time has elapsed or
one was 1-8. So actually I didn't even think about that because 1 here and 1-8. So
there you go, right? And that's true. It might actually have been Jimmy who was locked out.
It was definitely.
Yeah, but we've seen the Usos get to international shows. So when you got Bowen, you're good to go.
Yeah, where there's a Samoan, there's a ship.
Could Damian end up on SmackDown?
You trade world titles, you have
And Cody on Raw?
Yeah, that'd be weird.
That'd be weird. Even
It
Cody.
well, you just had Cody out there tying into the Bloodline story.
Oh, Frog Splash!
2, 3.
It's over! Jey Uso yeets his way to victory, ladies and gentlemen, as he beats Finn Balor 1, 2, 3. And the crowd woke up.
Yeah. Good match. I know we talked about some other stuff through it and everything, but solid match. Very much one of those that you could see being, if you have a tournament, if you have kind of title eliminators, which you should have title eliminators for people going to the title, not they challenge the person with the title, get eliminated then. Yeah. Very much a solid match. Oh, as Jey and Damian now squaring up.
So call up Malik Blade. Oh, social gathering for the call up.
Ooh,
they're very generic still.
Yeah. Could you see this tie into where Jimmy either A tries to help Jey win or Jey couldn't do it without his help as he's getting jumped by the Judgment Day.
And Damian's not happy. And Finn's giving him shit.
And he's saying pretty much this is what you should have done.
Gallus helped train The Rock for his Mania match. Yeah, Gallus, I would love to see Gallus come up. Let Gallus be wingman for Drew.
Or Sheamus. I mean, Irish.
Or Sheamus.
Or no, they're fucking Scottish.
They are Scottish. That's why I went Scottish, but Irish, I'll settle it.
Gaelic, Celtic. As Jey is just out here.
Running off.
Well, he threw the Funko Pop head into Finn Balor there. So yeah, he used an offensive weapon there.
And he shrugs it off. But Damian not happy with Judgment Day. Judgment Day not really thrilled with Damian. So
but this is interesting. So this seems to be setting up even that we're cutting to Jey walking through the concourse here, but this as Damian's climbing the post. So this is setting up, seems to be your backlash feud of Jey Uso versus Damian. Jey taking the long way to the locker room.
Yeah, and they're just staying with him.
Hey, but I dig it though.
I'm waiting for him to get jumped by Tama
shit.
Right? I'm waiting for him to get
jumped. You
literally
just shoved the fan. Get the fuck out the shot.
Yeet, move. I'm waiting for the Bloodline to jump him in the hallway. Where are we going?
That might actually happen.
Jey going out to the Montreal streets.
Hey, with
Sami
out there.
What is up? Dude, this is amazing.
Bro, that's such a good shot. That was such a good
all the way to Sami was awesome.
I understand everybody likes to say this is where the best wrestle and this, that, and the third, and we like to get fucking caught up in work rates and everything like that. But as far as a goddamn entertaining show that you want to watch and everything, and the stopwatch society, you can have that. But this makes you want to watch fucking pro wrestling. This brings back that fucking feels of when you were a kid and fell in love with pro wrestling.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Sorry, I kind of threw my hands up like, now where does Jey go? He just wandered off into Montreal. Like, who's got a poutine?
Uber for Uso.
Now Sami coming back in with the cameraman.
Bro, this is so good. And they're seeing, though, the people's champion out here. Fuck you, Rock, in your Muhammad Ali belt. We've got, the Canadian hero on here. The patron saint of Quebecois walking out right now. And gonna walk through the crowd.
I love the shirt too. Damn it. 1 and 2. Look at the man just eating around. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the chat right now, let me know. How did you feel about that whole situation? We went from match we went from promo to match to after birth, if you will, after match brawl to in the crowd to following all the way outside, then all the way back inside for another match.
It's just so goddamn good, and even it's so funny and so fitting. I combine the two words at the same time here. That even Sammy's shirt out here kind of looks like the old Muhammad Ali, People's Champ shirts and everything like that. And he's out here just a man fully of the people here, out here with the Canadian flag, people losing their goddamn mind.
I liked it as long as they don't overdo it. Facts. You pick your spots.
But you're right, but that's the fucking spot.
Oh no, this is
the
again,
spot, yeah.
This entrance, I love watching the old vintage wrestling, in the sportatorium and stuff. When you see the Freebirds going through the herd of the mass of people and real cops are pushing fans out of the way.
Yeah, literally, right? Like I said, I was going back through and watching all that stuff and watching Iron Claw and everything, and that's why still today's Tom Sawyer gets eye on you, and the Spacey invades, he gets by on you. Right. That's this whole vibe out here. See, can that tie into Canadian band, by the way, actually.
Nice. Hey, Cody Rhodes' favorite band is Our Lady Peace. So good taste, Cody.
So no, that all right. I'm gonna pause on that because that's a shit.
What's wrong with Our Lady Peace? You're crazy. Get out here.
All right.
Who wants pizza? Creed fans are killing me. Who wants pizza Canadian version? There you go. You did see the pizza in the concourse. Sami hyping up the crowd. We are going to commercial break. Nick's taking a little pause for the cause. He will be back. The production is just elevated. It was so good. That whole situation, ladies and gentlemen, if you missed it, it's been a crazy Raw. It's gone crazy fast as well. But from start to finish, a lot has happened tonight. But that whole sequence with Sami, we didn't know where Jay was going. He goes outside. Sami's being sentimental because how much Montreal means to him. It makes me nervous. Does Sami lose after all of this? I don't know. But in, out, and the camera stayed with it the whole way. You could feel the energy in Montreal. You could feel the fans dying to, when Sami walked in, they went nuts. And then Sami in through the crowd. The place is going banana sandwich. Yeah, there you go. Does this not feel like, feels epic. But know what I like? And I have no problem with them doing stuff like this. If you're in, if you're in a certain locale and it's relevant to somebody, especially a belt holder in your company, I have no problem. We saw what Tony tried to do with Big Business in Boston. I like that they just did that. I thought it was beautiful. Honestly, the in and out and the way they did it all, I love it. Sami wins 100%. Yeah, listen, Mega, I got to go with you. I'm not betting against Sami tonight. I don't know. Nick's got a theory, and it's kind of in my head a little. Sami wins, but Gable turns. That's more my theory than, Gable beats him. I really do. I don't know. Definitely don't overdo it. Again, moderation is king. This is awesome. Sami for the win, all home field. Yeah, it's going to be insane. This match is going to be really fucking good, guys. That was so cool. Got me remembering Benoit coming back to Edmonton. Yeah, different story, man. I will leave that one out. The production is just elevated. Next level. Actually, absolutely next level. And sorry, Dunn. But what they're doing now is just different. And we're getting the above head shots. We're getting the angles from in the corner where you feel like you're a part of the action. And again, what they just did, when was the last time we popped for an entrant, an outside of the box, kind of the run-of-the-mill main event Raw entrance? That was really, really fucking cool. Simple. Just really cool how they did that. Sami wins. Chad Gable for the win. I like it. Camera guy says, I didn't sign up for all this walking. Oh, no shit, Scott. The man's like, where are we going? My favorite part of the whole thing was Jay was just kind of like, bye, Sami. And then shrugged, looked around and was like, all right, I guess I'm going for a walk. Let me in, guys. It's cold in Canada. Sami wins. I like it. The only place that I ever do that would be Chicago in America. I don't know any other place that pops like that. Chicago's known. I mean, come on. Like, I know there are plenty of places around the States that do come alive and really love their wrestling. And I think they're getting better. I know, like I said earlier, when we were talking about the international crowds, I think, the US crowds have been spoiled. So I like them going away a little bit and coming back. Would you had push Jay back? Oh, if he no. That'd be a bad move. And that's how you end up missing the main event because you're face down on the sidewalk outside. Sami for the win. I thought Jay just moved, bro. Sami for the win. Oilers up 4-0. There you go. The one thing I always say is that Trips competes against himself. He's never satisfied and always wants better. He proved that with NXT Black and Gold, and he had no competition. That's it, man. And I truly believe it. I know we talked opening this show tonight, guys. We talked a lot, and just for the record, we are on commercial as they are selling us on SmackDown. But yeah, we talked about it earlier where Triple H gets up every day and he's trying to make the show better. He's trying to work with his talent, build his roster, not just now, but the future roster. And you see this well-oiled machine. And I know Tony thinks like Triple H gets up and checks on Tony Khan and what did AEW do? I'm sure through his day he finds out what happened, but it's not that level of compete. WWE is doing WWE. You do whatever the fuck you want. We're just going to keep printing money. And if you find something that works for you, yeah, good luck. But and oh wow. All right, so DIY versus Awesome Truth next week. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it just keeps getting better. Keeps getting better. They're selling out everywhere they're going. And this is the best the WWE has been in a long, long time. Sami for the win. Sami for the win. This may spell the end of Alpha Academy. First Gable turn, then draft. Interesting. But I wonder if there's something there with him and the Creeds. Oh, Bronson. Whoever wins tonight. Bronson letting Chad know, whoever wins tonight, I am on your doorstep waiting. Big Bronson Reed. This Raw has been excellent. It's cooked. The fact that there is about 20 minutes on my clock left, that blows my mind. Tonight flew. And you guys have been here. A lot of people in the chat right now have been here for those 3-hour marathon grinds where just nothing happened for 3 hours. The fact that we're at the end of 3 hours, my energy level's up. I know Nick, it's definitely got his energy level up. And we're still cooking and we're still feeling good. We're excited for the next thing that's coming. We're not like, oh, the other thing that's come with that is less talk about commercials. We used to, like, when the shows were slow and boring, oh my God, another commercial. Oh my God, another commercial. Now we're just to the point, yeah, there still is a lot of commercials, but we're too busy. Like, oh my God, did you just see that? We're talking about what else is going on, and we can't wait for it to get back. Kudos. I mean, again, Raw has been outstanding tonight. A 3-hour cruise. There you go. There you go. Definitely cruising tonight. Le Champion for the win. There you go. Copyright, maybe. Do you think Cody and Roman possibly come together to bring down the Rock? Enemy of my enemy is my ally. Possibly. And I found it very interesting. Speaking of my friend and ally.
Yeah, the brother of my brother is my ally, I guess.
Right. But with Cody bringing up Tama Tonga, Cody bringing up the bloodline, I wonder if there is some way, like, especially if you're going babyface Roman, could Cody come to his aid? That'd be very interesting. I kind of like it.
Yeah, but then how do you get to Cody Roman? That's the only question.
I don't know if we were necessarily going back to that yet, but you come together with them to help vanquish the other one, and then you turn on each other.
So Cody just plays the Seth Rollins of I'll be your shield. I can be your hero, Roman.
I don't think look at the crowd. Sorry, the Crowd popping for Sami.
No, I even heard you say it about how the commercial breaks and how this is flown by and everything. We're literally having to run through commercial breaks of literally just trying to talk through everything, catching up on everything that just happened here.
This has not felt like a 3-hour show.
The pacing has been phenomenal.
Right? And even the one, I would say the one match that I really didn't like, I didn't watch much of, and it was short and sweet. Yeah. So they get points for making a not very interesting match short and sweet.
Well, you had your moment in the middle. It's where you expect you're going to kind of respectfully eat it and everything. And you've got to build through that. But yeah, they've bookended this. And from start to finish with obviously still a low in the middle, but they paced this really well.
100%. And they're letting the crowd have it. Like they're milking it. Chad's just hyping himself up, but they're letting the crowd have the moment.
So they can pull it out from underneath them.
I know you said that. And I mean, there's like, I'm like, oh, I hope not. Especially with that entrance.
Right in the streets. That's why Jey Uso's out there. He's got to start holding down this fort here.
Yeah, right.
Start setting up, telling the police, you go over there, you go over there.
Montreal will riot. They're like that.
Right.
A lot of stuff happened tonight. Sheamus returned. Andrade Dom cooked. Rhea vacated. Good Jay and Finn match. New tag belts. Yeah. QR code. That was enough for me to get points.
Absolutely. And again, this doesn't feel like it's a special Raw that they went out of the way to do that. Like that's just kind of how Raw is. Norm. Well, that's the thing is I know somebody posed it to the post about the stream and everything tonight about, do we see a lapse in WWE coming out of post-Mania? Do they continue to still keep at that same level? Yeah, but it's one of those. Do you put out your foot on the throat, or
Well, that's
there's some strong potential. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I think that what Boston said while you were on your pause about, Sami with the flip back.
Hey,
some El Generico for everybody. But
you're listening to the mask,
right? During your pause, that Triple H is competing against Triple H. He's pushing himself to do better, do more, do bigger, do stronger. And I think he said that at WrestleMania. Like, we're just strap in, strap on. We're only getting started. We only just begun this. And again, I think he's setting the standard of this is just a Raw. When you tune in, this is how Raw should be. We might have some off weeks, but this is our new status quo.
All I can say to that, to counter that, is pop me kind of with that. If I feel like that's literally we walk it like we talk it with that statement right there.
I was like, where you go? Okay.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, it's literally. I mean, I dare somebody to disagree.
Can't do it.
Right.
Can't do it. Agreed, Richard. Yeah, we are in a commercial break. Richard got a 20-minute banger incoming. We got time on the clock. That's another thing that I think Triple H does really well is the important matches. Get time. You get time if you're important.
Yeah, but again, it would have overlay. And now, granted, you don't sell that there's going to be an overlay. You don't tell everybody already ahead of time. So now I just got to wait till the last 15, 20 minutes here.
And we had Dynamite where Tony announced that he was going to have an overrun, and it went short. It was like, wait, what?
What is Tony Khan? Thinks he's got an overrun. He's a little short.
Yeah. R-Truth and the Miz, says Alexander. Those are people.
Yep. Those are words.
Right. Sami bringing out the El Generico. Yes, he is.
Well, that goes back to what we saw at Mania with the, brainbuster into the corner. It's where everyone's like, is this a botch? And then people had to fact check it and fact correct it of, no, this is actually a brainbuster that he did as El Generico.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like, it made me laugh of like, wait, botch? He dropped the man's on his head. And he did it like a torpedo because that man's so big.
Yeah, but I mean, when you see a lot of botches in other places,
you just assume.
You just kind of assume it. You get dropped on your head, it's a botch.
Right. There was something I thought was. Oh, what did you think of this? Well, you're on your break. Bronson Reed letting Chad Gable know, I am next up to bat.
Oh, absolutely. Big beefy boy, 100% of he kind of had to miss the opportunity, what have you, with WrestleMania. So 100%. Now, I think that might switch the tide in suggestions and picks for this match and everything. If you're lining up a heel, do you line them up to take on a heel, or do you line them up to take on a babyface?
Yeah,
or do you have Bronson
yeah.
interfere and you get the triple threat?
I don't know if you do triple threat. What I think they're doing with the IC title, and I kind of like it, is you set up like Chad this week, Bronson next week, 2 weeks from then it's Ricochet, then you work them. You let Sami work. You put him in banger after banger after banger, and you keep that IC title as relevant as it is right now. Line them up.
Do you ever get a Gunther call back? Do you ever have Gunther say, I want to run it back? Anything like that?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, Gunther could. I still assume that Gunther's on to bigger and better things. His draft night could be interesting as well. Could he move over to SmackDown?
Well, and also, do you hold any stock as to when someone's picked versus which side they're picked to? A little bit like a regular draft of like, you're a second round pick versus, first round pick.
To an extent, I think, within the kayfabe realm of everything, we can only go far with it, right? But like I said, that's where if like NXT's involved, you're like, all right, how are we gonna manage this as
that didn't look like good or planned at all.
I think it was
Sami hung himself up on the top rope, selling the knee.
Ooh, the crowd goes quiet. And
is this though where you open the window at least for a Gable turn to the extent of, well, I'm competing in a match and there was a weakness there, so I use the weakness to my advantage?
Oh, absolutely. Plus you have the ankle lock that, Gable likes to use, so it ties right in.
Diving headbutt. I still hate that move.
Oh, yeah?
Personally, and yeah.
I instantly go to Bam Bam Bigelow, and I love it. If you got a noodle like mine, you're okay with a headbutt.
You got to have the flames tattooed on it and everything.
Right?
That's how you know it's official.
There we go.
But yeah, no.
See, they're working that leg.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a cage match tomorrow. Steel cage. Carmelo.
And we'll be here live for it.
Always.
Right.
I think Sami's selling 100%.
Yeah, now at this point he has to be. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. I want Andrade Ricochet. Facts. I would love that. There you go.
I agree with KJ. I really want to see Andrade versus Ricochet. There you go.
Does the Bloodline do anything at Backlash? Potentially, with what we saw on Friday, maybe there is something cooking there. Get them into something where that's where you can introduce someone else or reveal more of the story. I think so.
The only way you do that is if Jay's set up to take on Priest at Backlash. That's, I think, what you would have be the caveat, and you have the Bloodline show up and cost Jay the match.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, I'll accept that.
I was going to say, how else? Where else do they interfere? AJ, Cody?
No, I mean in a match themselves. I think like
okay.
Maybe a tag match. I don't know what they're going to do.
Against?
But I don't know yet. I just said I don't know what they're going to do. But Jay's definitely in the mix, right? Like but I don't know how long Jay's going to be on the shelf. So I don't know. I mean, that's an interesting question. I've left this up here for a while for a reason.
You can have that. Got 82 games. You might have won all game.
Steel cage match. Let's go. Who is the speed champion? They haven't named the speed champion yet. And I know what you were thinking instantly.
I'm not going to say it, but he has 2 initials and one starts with a T and the other might be a K.
Oh, springboard moonsault. Sami grabbing the leg.
Hey, as wifey out there. And
yeah.
This is making me kind of think, though, a little. God damn, we keep going to commercial breaks.
I just finished saying we haven't noticed the commercial breaks so much.
It's just all the commercial breaks in the main event right now.
Go Blue Jays, go. That means
on one hand, Would you rather have the commercial breaks versus picture in picture and you're watching them sell in the corner for 3 minutes? Because Sammy's selling that for this whole time.
Yeah, I mean, again, I mean, for them, as much as the picture in picture, you're like, oh, look, they're still doing stuff. You kind of tune out. So, I mean, kind of extra effort for similar result.
Come see, it's a little give and take. Yeah, a little 50-50.
I wish they'd go back to the old days where they were like, 10-minute. Once you hit like the 10-minute mark, you weren't getting a commercial. Like the main event is commercial free.
Yeah.
The last 5 minutes is commercial. Like, give me that.
Well, that's an interesting point. Would you rather have the last hour commercial free or the first hour commercial free?
Give me the last, man. And that's let's just sprint to
Is that more the selling point of like putting the milk at the back of the grocery store?
A little bit.
You got to get here. We're building this, so we're selling you on this. So you want to make sure you hear, or do you get to the issue to where people just wait until the third hour?
You would hope you again. I think that's always been their challenge with Raw, right? So you see what they're kind of doing. Like they tend to front load, back load, and then the middle's a little squishy. Which there's nothing wrong with a squishy middle.
Ooh, that's good squishy.
But I'm not reading it out loud. It's I don't know, but that's
he's the bump champ. He's not the speed champ. He's the bump champ.
Sammy is so good. What were we saying? Sorry.
Well, no, about if you'd rather the first hour commercial free versus the back hour commercial free. I like your idea of even you kind of maybe split the hairs and you do last half hours commercial free, first hour half hours commercial free.
Right. I get it. And you're not wrong, pal. Your first hour commercial free. Start hot and hook the viewers. Squishy for the win.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. I mean, again, the first hour commercial for is fine. I just wish like the main event, you hit like the 10-minute mark, just get to the end. You don't need any more commercials.
Well, absolutely, and I think it all depends on how you deliver it. I mean, we saw our commercial free on Monday Night Raw after Mania with The Rock and Cody Rhodes, and we had this is awkward chance. Right. So you can have a first hour commercial free and it still be awkward versus you could have a last hour commercial free and it's hook the viewers all along if you've built up why it needs to be there. It's the dance.
Yeah, no, it's tricky either way. And I mean my preference is like I said, let's get to the finish. But I mean, at the end of the day, like if you took the commercial break we're getting right now and just put it anywhere in the show other than here, you still have the same amount of commercials, just not here, not in this moment in the main event. I would be thrilled.
Oh, as we come back
on
a super Olympic slam from Gable onto Sami Zayn.
First and last 30 minutes commercial free. Yeah, split the difference. Let's go, Larry. I'm with you.
Yeah, I think that's probably your best case scenario because your first half hour should hook them in and your last half hour should send them home waiting to tune in next week.
Sammy got a little bit of a cut above the eye.
Oh.
If Cody is going to SmackDown, you need to elevate the IC title and Priest title on Raw in my mind. So I think the IC title
suplexes here. Sorry.
No, not a problem. Not a problem. Yeah, Ridge, I'm kind of with you on that.
Yes. It's again counterpoint to what we talked about with Cody. How do you go with Cody now that he's climbed the mountain? How do you go with the IC belt now that Gunther is your longest reigning, what you've been building, what's your foundation for it there? Where do you go from there now that that's no longer your stability's gone?
Oh, another suplex.
But this man is just putting him ass over tea kettle. Pause.
Oh, Sammy returning the favor. What I kind of said earlier, where you just line up, and if like there's a company out there that says, "Oh, we have the best wrestling matches. We are the Sports Space Wrestling. We focus on the in-ring." If you knew every Raw, you were going to get a couple bangers like this. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Did he get where
he over rotate or under rotate? or both. Like he either perfectly rotated or
I
one
think
of
he
those
rotated,
two.
just didn't get a whole lot of height. Oh, on the back of the noodle. Both men down.
And I see now why we go to a wide shot here, because he folded that man like an accordion.
Right? No, you're not wrong at all. Christian looks like you're predicting the sky's blue. There you go. I predict Triple H. Oh, okay.
Day late and a dollar short, my guy.
So if you hear the Triple H music on Friday, hold on tight.
Oh,
kick.
Roll through kind of Pele-ish kick here.
Mm-hmm. Wow, exploder into the turnbuckles. Chad under rotated.
This is still, though, just such a good match of no quit in either man.
8-1 Oilers. Holy shit.
Oh,
there's
that's
the ankle.
Really good. A roll through with the knee bar into the ankle lock. So he's tweaking all the aspects there. Pause.
Sammy's not tapping. No way. Not in Montreal.
Come on.
The ref jump up and just call for the bell.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Have the ref jump up and just call for the bell.
Oh. Good job. Oh, as Lily, he rolled out Gable, and Gable instantly off the top rope. Oh, it just eats a power bomb into a sharpshooter. Oh my God. Are they going to do it?
No, they're going to. He can't.
He can't do it. And he gets through away.
Did he slip and sell the leg because he's smart, or was that the spot?
Call him B.
Done well.
Tabernacle.
How severe is Rhea's injury? We really don't know much about Rhea's injury, but enough that they made her give up the belt. So that should tell you pretty extensively.
Right, and they had even the whole, hug it out backstage with the Judgment Day and everything. They pretty much were kind of giving it the impression she's going to be off for a hot minute here. Oh, that looked brutal as shit as Gable just literally slid there and slid in and then
wow. Feet up,
and lands on the moonsault. Hits the German into the turnbuckle, lands on the moonsault right into an ankle lock. God damn.
Chad and Sami putting on a clinic. Yeah, look, Montreal screw job here. Let's go. Sami is bleeding. He's got a cut above his eye. Incidental contact, I'm sure.
Yeah, he zigged when somebody should have zagged.
Right. That's how Chad becomes a heel. The fix is in. There's a ref in the crowd right behind. Be careful.
Wait, are you serious?
Right behind the ref, there's a guy in a ref shirt.
Oh, I'm looking for the guy that was just like, no, earlier.
Two. Oh, there's two refs. There's two refs.
Oh.
Another exploder.
Oh.
Next week is spring break-in for 2 weeks. Next Tuesday and the Tuesday after. Busy here on the channel, guys.
Yes. And well, that's also where we're going to get Trick versus Ilya at one point. Haluva kick. To where if Trick loses, he's out of NXT.
Facts.
Sami, if you're going to do it now. 1, 2, 3.
And still your Montreal champion. Still. Sorry, Chad. Sorry, Shorty G. Tonight is not your night.
Your Poutine Continental champion. Sami's in right now.
Your Poutine Continental champion. This is awesome. It's over. Let's go. Sami wins 6-1. This is awesome.
Is this your kind of make right, get right after Elimination Chamber? You rip the hearts out of everybody. So now everybody has a feel good moment.
Plus, remember, like I said, Chad got the sympathy cheer a couple weeks ago when Sami became the #1 contender, and Sami took a little bit of heat. So they put him in Montreal and said, "Don't worry, you won't get any heat this time. We'll do this in Montreal."
Right. Well, you referenced Shorty G, and then Larry's instantly he came up a little short.
Touche.
8 out of 10 says Mike. Are we gonna get? Oh, Gable's crying. What is it with everyone in this family fucking crying? Look at you emotional.
I don't know, dude. Sami crawling over to Chad.
He's about to turn heel like a mother on this man.
I don't know how much.
Oh. We got probably 30 seconds. We got maybe a little bit more. This man is just weeping all the tears. He's instantly. Those are fake. Those are crocodile tears.
Oh, I don't trust it.
Chad, he's raising Sami's hand. Is he gonna leave the ring?
Maybe not.
I'm waiting for like an angle slam, an ankle lock, anything.
Nope, this is all about happy. I'm good with it. Oh, is that Papa? Is that Papa Zayn?
Papa, can you hear me?
There it is! There it is!
Gable just grabbed it from his leg. German suplex. You have that.
I got it.
I don't even what I'm mad at. You and your wife, Sami.
Love it. Chad all over Sami Zayn in front of oh wow, this Montreal crowd not happy.
But hey, I know we both kind of were talking about it from different ends here, and I'm fine with this. So 100%, you're sending the crowd home, just boo, boo.
Well, I'm okay with it. Kayfabe bracket in the background. There you go. I like it though. Again, it's that stretched out where we're like, okay, I guess we're not getting it.
Right? As Gable said it, and again, he's doing this in front of his wife. He's doing this in front of Papa Zayn. Papa, can you hear me?
Heel Chad, I'm in. Let's go.
He's locking in the ankle lock over, and that's the visual. Is you're looking up as Gable's locked in the ankle lock around the top ring post on Sami Zayn to where Sami passes out.
Wait.
Yeah.
There we go. Sami screwed Sami. Ladies and gentlemen, Raw is in the books. The wrestling week has been kicked off, and in my humble estimation, has been kicked off well. If you're new here, remember we take a rating out of 10 at the end of every show. We want to know how you feel about it. What did you think about the show tonight? What did you like? What didn't you like? Man, Triple H has got a bad, you got to wait. If you're the person who's like, oh, it's over, click, you're going to miss some shit with Triple H running shit.
Yeah, but remember, again, we've said this. That's when wrestling, despite what some other people might say about competition, that's when wrestling was cool, when you had to sit there and pay attention every second because everything was intertwined, everything you've got to sit there, and even we don't need to tell you to make sure to tune in for the last 5 minutes. We're going to make sure you stay. It's like we've said this.
Yep.
It's the MCU, the WWE CU. You stay for the fucking after credit scene and everything like that.
Yeah. Even you and I, we were watching and we're like, okay, they hugged. Nothing happened. Okay.
Right. Good match between Gable and Sami. All right. Have a good night. How you feeling about the show? And then literally just snatches this man.
Yeah. You were like, that's it. And I'm like, yeah, we're going home happy. And then next thing, Sami's in the air. Oh, right. Shit. So, ladies and gentlemen, for a quick recap, Rhea is injured and had to relinquish her title.
Mm-hmm.
Liv Morgan's a pain in the ass. New tag belts. The draft is a-coming. Jay beat. Who did Jay beat tonight? Who was it?
Jay beat Finn. And then we had the super long camera shot as he walked through the concourse and said, tap it up. It was like a fucking video game cutscene of like, you go back and you got to meet your partner. And then they just, now that story continues.
Right. I like it. And then, the cherry on top of what was a really good piece of pie tonight. We definitely get a Chad Gable turn. He's heel, finally.
Yeah, the gravy on the poutine when it comes to Montreal tonight was 100% Chad Gable out there, German suplexing his Sami Zayn right in front of his wife and everything. We got fantastic Raw through that. Like, you had your lows. It's not a perfect, but 100%, I think, bookended phenomenally and had a lot of intertying stories.
I think so. I mean, a lot went well tonight, and even some of the stuff that, was kind of light and fluffy, kind of had a purpose. Like, I don't love the indie, Poison Pixie whole thing that's happening, but at least it has a purpose. Just because I don't like it. What? It's awesome.
I just said it's something.
Yeah. Might not be my cup of tea, but at least there's a purpose behind it. Yeah, a solid Raw. Damian giving an 8.5. I don't know if that's 10 out of 10 or 10.10. So slightly higher than 10.
Inflation rate.
Inflation. 7.5 out of 10 knee pads. 8.5.
Well, yeah, there's the point reducted there because Sheamus took off his knee pad because we even forgot we got Shamo back.
Sheamus. I feel bad. Sorry, Sheamus. He did return tonight, Nick.
Yeah, and he looks, huskier than ever.
He didn't come back like Swole J. He came back a little different.
He was swollen, just not jacked. There might be a difference. But it's interesting that now think about it. If you're Sami Zayn, you've got Bronson breathing down your neck. Now you've got to answer and respond to Chad Gable, and now you're going to sell that you've got a bad wheel through all of this.
Mm-hmm. I like it. I mean, I think that's how you do this, and I think we're going to get a lot of the IC title on Raw. I think they're going to utilize it. And again, if I told you you're going to get a banger like that with a purpose, if Raws were ending with matches like this every week, we'd be fine. Like, I mean, we're happy. Triple H giving them time to cook. You said the build up and everything from the entrance to the actual match to the after.
It reminds me a lot, though, of going back to when we were growing up watching Raws. Everybody remembers and thinks that every fucking Monday Night Raw ended with Stone Cold, Stunner, and Vince, and the beer truck showing up and everything. No, but you had some moments to where you had, Triple H out there, dealing with whoever, and we've got the IC belt, you've got Edge and so on, and you got the Hardy Boys going out and all this shit. You use your other players, but everyone remembers the huge moments. And that's, I think, what we're in. That's very much a great moment for your weekly television show.
Yeah. Yeah, start to finish. Again, people, if you want to look at it with a microscope, you're going to find holes in it. But I was highly entertained. The stuff that was meh didn't take up too much of my time. I was thrilled with this episode of Raw. I might have enjoyed this Raw better than last week's Raw, which helps your argument. I'll come full circle on that one. But
yeah.
Tonight was fun, man. The pace of tonight was unreal, like Ridge says. I really enjoyed the Raw. It felt fresh and different than last week, and last week was great. That's what excites me about the Triple H era. A fresh feeling because next week's show feels fresh. So fresh and so clean.
Right. Well, and it's one of those of you thought where they were going to go and you never were really sure. Like, you could jump to it and maybe you're right, but maybe there's a big chance you're wrong too. That's the thing, is they could really go any sort of which way with a lot of all of this.
Absolutely, sir. Heel turn. People seem pretty pumped about the heel turn. Gable turn, Chad, heel turn. There we go. I changed my rating to an A, to an 8, not an A.
An A. It's a boot. That time we went to an A out of 10.
Yeah, no shit. Here we go. Called it. The way the IC title has been elevated by Gunther paved the way for this to feel like a prominent story. Well done. Well,
there you go.
8 out of 10. John just clapping. He's happy.
Oh, sorry. I just like this one from Curtis. As they say in Montreal, que fromage, omelette de fromage.
Royale with cheese?
That was a Royale with cheese.
That was a Royale with cheese. 8 out of 10. Chad did what he needed to be. Chad did what needed to be done. I like it. Again, you can only lose so many times and smile about it.
Yeah, and especially like I think same premise and everything like that. Like we had both kind of talked about, of you're gonna do it in front of Montreal. You're gonna do it right in front of his wife and everything. Of that's how you're gonna really get it over. You're gonna get the really big reaction because you're doing it in front of all of his friends and family. Everybody who's loving Sami Zayn. He's the hometown hero. And your ending shot after granted he won and retains the title is him just getting worked over and getting tapped out and passed out.
Yeah, and I think it's smart. And again, maybe I might be giving them too much credit because I'm not in the room when they think of this shit. But where's
We'd
the
like to
place?
be.
What's that?
You said because we're not in the room when they think about it. I said we'd like to be.
Yeah, no shit. But for me, I thought it was genius, and we talked about a couple weeks ago when Sami and Chad got into it, and a bit of a split crowd response. Tonight, guaranteed there was no split. Everybody wanted Sami to win. Everybody was mad when he got beat up. It was perfect.
Absolutely, absolutely. But so your rating out of 10, sir, or is it an A out of 10? Is it a boot time? We give it an A
Give
out
it
of
an
10.
A. I'll give it give it an A out of 10. Fuck. I'm gonna give it a Canadian bias bend here, and I'm gonna give it a 9 tonight.
Oh, okay. You're gonna give it a loony. They're tiny, they're toony, they always spend the loony. um,
I'm gonna give it a
yeah,
9.
I'll go 8.5. Well, as soon as once you said bend and everything, I was like, okay, maybe you'll meet with a half and everything.
Yeah,
Because I'll give it a hook
I was
of
debating.
8.5. Maybe an 8, but yeah, I'll go 8.5.
Yeah,
Yeah, there was a lot to like. There were some moments again,
yeah,
respectfully, that the indie stuff, the Maxine stuff, maybe not the greatest. The women's tag match,
yeah.
again, big fan of Chelsea and Piper and everything. Maybe not the
Mhm,
greatest, a little interesting. Two women champions teams going at it, but didn't amount to much. But yeah,
mhm.
so I'll go 8.5.
Yeah, fair. And I mean, that's kind of where I was at, like 8.5, 9. It was 8.7. If I'm being, kind of like in that range, like, and I round up because kudos to
Canadian
Montreal.
bias.
Canadian bias. And I give a little bit of love to Montreal because they showed up and showed out tonight. They were a live crowd. They were with it for just about everything they were given
They
tonight.
almost had to run the fade with that one fan and everything like that.
Yeah, and you know what? There might have been a couple things there I didn't love, but I think the stuff I really loved, like including like, dude, when was the last time we marked out on a Raw about like, then they took the camera outside and then they
And then
brought it
they
back
walk
in?
into
And
the
you're like,
concourse. Hey, did you see? Hey, I have nachos. Can we get some
right?
nachos? I'd like
They
some
got
nachos.
pizza in Canada. Holy shit!
Right.
So yeah,
We were standing out here like fucking Shaggy and Scooby of like, some nachos would sound great, Scoob. Let's go get a slice of pizza.
Loses storyline sucks WWE.
Again, why say lot words when short words do same? Again, I don't get what you're getting at, J-Boy, but you can have that.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure what
You
they
had
were
a point. We lost it in translation.
right. Somebody said I missed it, but somebody said CM Punk doesn't like Canada. No, we heard he made someone fear for his life. We wouldn't let him in.
Yeah. That
Right?
would be a Canadian as fuck thing to do,
Hey
by the
now,
way.
hey now. Well, I mean, you ready for a fight? Like,
I mean, yeah, if you're born there, you come out of the womb in the penalty box and everything like that. You got a 5 minutes for high sticking. But yeah.
right? No, that's again. I think Scott pointed out no Seth, minimal Drew, no Punk, and the show was fire.
Shows you the depth and the layers, and 100% again, like we were talking, we mentioned before, of everybody when they like to go back and they like to fawn and peen over the Attitude Era and everything about how Rock Austin and this and that and everything, but they forget the in-between episodes where the Godfather versus Val Venus and
Yeah,
Val
right.
Venus and shit
Yeah,
was a co-main event or something,
yeah,
but they still made it big, they still made it work and everything.
hmm
So
yeah.
I think that this shows that they have a depth of talent, and it shows that they can present every bit of talent that they have as main event talent.
hmm I like this comment from MDB, and I have to address it. But KJ would have loved this episode of Raw had more midriff and belly button. That is factual as long as it's not Pierce. So, haha.
So Ava, so then you're contradicting. You're a fan of Ava.
No,
The truth
no.
comes out,
The
folks.
manager cannot be walking around with the belly out, but anyone else can. I'm okay with that. We're good.
I ain't gonna fight you on that.
Meltzer confirms Ava's belly button is scheduled to make an appearance on tomorrow's night. Yeah, almost guaranteed, just for Boston and I. Canadian bacon or American bacon. I had to explain this to you too, J-Boy. Jesus. We'll save that.
No, for those who don't know.
Right. J-Boy, come to the baking club when we launch it, and we'll talk about it.
That'll be question number one. That'll be the discussion on Bacon Club.
I'm gonna bring some
bacon.
I'm gonna bring some bacon to the fucking members.
Bring your bacon to work day.
Bring my bacon to work day. I'm like,
you're bacon to stream. Oh, yeah, you gotta make sure you have your snack of bacon and everything like that.
KJ's belly button is over with it. Yeah,
it's more over than Meltzer.
That's a fact. NXT is stacked tomorrow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we'll make last call on this one. We're all getting a little bit carried away, but my belly button says we've had enough, and we've had enough. But that all being said, ladies and gentlemen, like our buddy Damian,
we're getting caught up in the bacon fat of this conversation.
Yeah, now we're just deep into the bacon club. But ladies and gentlemen, that was Monday Night Raw. Good show. Make sure you check out the channel. Go to the community section. Vote on it when I put it up. But thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. Tomorrow, steel cage match. NXT is stacked. Be a friend, tell a friend. Join us tomorrow all week long. We're going right till Sunday this week and then starting over again. But that's all we got. Great Raw. Good ratings from both of us. And thank you so much. Look, Geekbox right at the end.
Right. Here, I'll run through here.
For life.
Right, guys. Gotta react. Okay. Gotta react to the tag titles up now. So thanks for your addition to that. So, hey, there you go. And letting everybody know, it's 4:15. I thought he was about to say we're at 4:15 in the video. Man was about to timestamp his own video.
Right.
Here in the UK. So I'm out. Thanks for the company. Absolutely. And I guess on that wonderful note, our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you talk about the wrestling, you better put that for life with it.
Have a good night, folks. Come back tomorrow. See you on the flip side.